618-3848. Whereas there having been presented to me the Honorable Judge Jennifer Johnson Mitchell, Judge of Division 10 of the Criminal Court of Tennessee, 30th Judicial District at Memphis for the purpose of trial, phone number 901-618-3848 belongs to the defendant Hernandez Govan. The ownership of 901-618-3848 is stipulated by the Assistant District Attorney, the attorney for the defendant Hernandez Govan, and shall be entered into evidence by agreement. It is therefore ordered adjudged and decreed.
Are you next witness? State your name, call sergeant.
Hey, stop playing
Stand right
Samantha.
here, sir. Raise your right hand facing you.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony? I do. Sergeant Browning, could you state your first and last name? Jesse Browning. And for the benefit of our jurors, could you spell your first and last name? Jesse.
He was in the other trial.
And where are you employed?
Memphis Police Department.
Who other capacity?
At the multi-agency gang.
Gang unit.
You obtained a
Surely quit not a part of a gang.
Sergeant Brown.
And were you tasked with the investigation involving the homicide of ADOLPH?
I was.
And how did you become involved in that investigation?
Hey, Nathan.
My
Hey,
team
Big Pink.
was
Willie
tasked
Spencer.
some of my team tasked sometime in December when it was revealed.
December of 2021?
Hey, stop playing.
December 21. That there was
How you
more
doing?
than just a simple murder. It kind of turned into more of a conspiracy.
And what did you do as a result of that, becoming part of the investigation?
We just started working the conspiracy into the investigation. It was called detailed records, phones, interviews. It could be all kinds of
Hey,
things.
Chelsea.
Specifically, did you become involved in the investigation of Mr. Hernandez Govan?
I did.
And what did you do as a result of the investigation?
Gang unit.
Did you do anything separate from the general investigation?
Oh, okay.
As far as like the Title III or
Did you collect call detail records?
yes, we collected all detailed records, phones, you name it, we collected it all.
And did you analyze those records?
We did.
And what did you do to analyze?
I use a software called Penlink or ADOLPH, which just makes it easier, one, to create reports and then analyze the records. Generally in like the spring, because they all come in UTC, you can kind of get the records in like more of a coordinated time. But we also analyze the actual raw records too, just to verify.
And did you prepare a PowerPoint presentation to help explain to the jury what you looked at when you analyzed it?
Yes, it's called detailed records and phones.
If we could add this to the file. Any objection? None.
Hey, songs by Alicia. Raymond.
It's just a thumb drive. It's got my PowerPoint on it. It's got my initials, my IBM on it.
She said T for days.
When was the PowerPoint completed?
The final parts of it, with the specifically the records, was yesterday. Extra.
And Your Honor, again, exit at the end of evidence is the next one. This is an envelope containing what's being described as a thumb drive that has Sergeant Brown's name on it. The red thumb drive on the inside. Well, Marcy says it's exhibit 25. is comprised from exhibits 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Commissioner Fulton. Here. This is your presentation, is that correct?
That's correct.
And we will go through it. Now, it is small. Could you tell us, or if it would be better if you, if, with the court's permission, you can get down and explain what we are looking at here.
Okay, so this is going to be essentially a screenshot of the information associated to Justin Johnson's cellular device. So it's just, I essentially take out the important, or remove the important information from the PowerPoint purposes, like IMEI, MZs, telephone numbers, things of that.
We named some things we have probably never heard of. Say that again.
So like the IMEI is the number that, it's essentially a serial number that belongs to the device. And then an MZ is generally a serial number that belongs to like your SIM card or your network. So we use those things to compare. And then telephone numbers. As you can see, I think on Justin Johnson, it has like his email address, which has maybe a partial of his name. So essentially, it just shows the things that are associated with that cellular device.
Also, for the benefit of our jurors, they will have access to this PowerPoint. And this is Justin Johnson's number in 901-236-1625. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. We have another.
Yeah, so this is going to be same information that, but it's for Cornelius Smith's cellular device, which his last used number for that phone was 901-513-6236. Correct. And then this cellular device is one that belongs to Angela Arnold for the number of 901-370-0185. Primarily has the same information that you can use to compare.
So we have a date of July 27, 2021.
That's correct.
Is there any significance to that? No, that date.
For us, we found that that was significant from the interview with Angela Arnold, or no, actually Cornelius Smith, I'm sorry.
What are we looking at here?
So on the 27th, you have, essentially, we take the call detail records in the software and we create a hot number list. So a hot number list would be, if you're looking at your phone, for me it'd be, you know, my girlfriend or my mom or my dad. That'd probably be your typical top 5 callers. It can vary, but it's just showing your top callers and down.
And this is for a particular day.
Yes, so I've filtered it for that actual day, so it's not the totality of the records, it's just for that day. And this telephone number belongs to Justin Johnson, which is 901-236-1625. And then as you see, when we look at the records, his top caller is going to be a number that belongs to Hernandez Govan and shows like 24 communications.
How many?
The next number is going to be
24.
for Anthony Mims, and his telephone number is 901-692-2767. And as you can see, Hernandez Govan on that day, again filtered for the 27th, is around the 8th or 9th call. So we had seven communications. So the significance for this is that on July 27, 2021, we look at Justin Johnson's cellular device. We find Hernandez Govan's telephone number, as you say, it's labeled Big Bruh QUETTE, and that was an incoming text message to Justin Johnson. And it's just an address of
Still Smoke?
41 Bowenshire, which is Still Smoke in Memphis. It's a shop owned by Anthony Mims and
And lamb.
his business partner, Mr. Lambert.
Ooh.
Can you go back? I apologize. And just to note, that time was 1937-21. And it shows significance because he's getting the text from Govan, and then on the next slide you'll see
Justice for
Justin
dog.
Johnson actually sends
Who was
an
that?
outgoing
Harry
iMessage
Lockhart,
to an
Ham.
individual we identified as Harry Lockhart, and he just says he's talking to Joe, indicating that maybe he's at the smoke shop and he's talking to Joe.
Oh, yeah, it's getting deep, y'all.
And then you see at 21:08, 43 hours, Anthony Mims creates a phone contact for Justin Johnson, and that contact he labeled as Drop, which is an alias. It's short alias of what we know Justin Johnson to be. Just like
Oh,
a short alias.
it's getting deep.
He goes by Big Joke or Joke, and then we've heard referred to Drop, or his actual name that he uses is Straight Drop on YouTube and things like that.
So when you say he created a,
Oh, Lord, girl, what in the world?
As you see,
Doing too
21:08,
much.
49 hours, Justin Johnson creates a contact for Anthony Mims' telephone number and labels it Joke, which is the alias. So, both these individuals in relatively in the same time frame creating
New
contact,
faces, yep.
again indicating that
What they say, character unlocked.
communication distance are in the same vicinity. So this is the following day, July 28th. So after
So
that,
we can see here, Cornelius was not involved.
and as you see here, so
But that
Justin
other guy
Johnson,
was.
his cellular device shows an outgoing, so it's an iMessage to Jermaine Sears with the address of 3641
Sears.
Allendale Lane. And then that same day, it's 17.
In other news, Missouri residents are going to be happy to hear this. It just came out. There's a new website where any Missouri resident, as long as you live within a zip code,
It was called the Double R Auto Services, and it's at 821 South Highland Street. And the two victims that just worked at the shop state that a tan BMW is being chased by a burgundy Dodge Charger. Three males get out of the Charger and start firing upon an unknown male and a female who remained in the car. The unknown male in the BMW fled. We were able to later identify that to be one Terrence Baker, his prints that hit on the car, but he never filed a police report or communicated with officers about the incident.
so the victim was Terrence Baker?
Correct. He just wouldn't communicate with us or anyone. And as you see here, the 1724 hours, that address,
Woo.
the address
Oh,
of the shop
woo.
at 841 or 823 South Highland.
833?
It's approximately,
So they was trying to get woo.
it's not far, 0.49 miles away. It's
Oh,
not that
wow.
far away.
You talking about that?
And this was before Cornelius.
So that address is actually 3645
Hey, Mrs.
Allendale. He sent a different address. If you go to the next slide.
Before we go to the next slide, you indicated that the victim was Terrence Baker. Does he go by any other name?
Yes, he goes by Woo, or Paper Route Woo.
Paper route woo.
As part of
Oh,
the investigation, you determined him to be an artist on
Yes,
PRE.
he's an artist. He's an artist on PRE.
Man.
As you see, so here is the actual address, the 3645 Allendale. And the address that Justin sent is right next door. So it was actually 3641, so he just had the address wrong. Here's so later that day, 1804 hours, Mississippi finds the Dodge Charger. Witnesses on the scene say they see 3 males jump out and run. The vehicle was stolen. They then processed that vehicle, which came back with some APHIS hits. So the fingerprint, when they dusted the vehicle, they had prints come back
The
as
Go Hill.
for Justin Johnson, Rashad Hill, and Kavius Wesley. And
The
then
Go
also
Hill.
they located a spent .40 caliber cartridge casing on the driver's side floorboard.
Who else last
And
name
that
Hill?
spent cartridge casing showed to correlate with the cartridge casing found on the scene at the Double R shop over on South Highland.
Who else last name Hill?
This is August 13th, so we get to this date from, again, Cornelius's interview. We look at the hot number list, we see that 859-1460, a number that belongs to Govan, had 12 communications with Justin Johnson on that day. He was the top caller.
Chronology.
Yes, go back, just a bit.
Jermaine.
So we mentioned Cornelius. Do you know when Mr. Govan or Justin Johnson or Judge number appeared with Cornelius? Do they ascertain the information?
It would be hard to say just because, you know, we get records for a certain amount of time. So I wouldn't be able to determine, I would be able to say a date just based off records we have, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't communicating prior to that.
If you can or can't, the records that you have, when is the first time that you see any of the individuals appear in Cornelius's phone?
I don't know. I don't have that, to be honest with you. So again, for this, it's the communications for Justin Johnson, and it's going to be on August 13th, 2021.
They're going over the phone
Here
records.
for Justin,
And
got 12
it looks like,
communications with Hernandez Govan, who's his top caller. And then this is going to be the same, so another hot number list for
Hold on.
Cornelius Smith. Now, the number's different because he had this telephone number, same device, but different telephone number, which is 901-479-3786. I think on his device it showed that number was last used in September, so that means it's probably sometime he changed
Bobby
over
Carter.
to the number you saw earlier. And on that hot number list, you see Bobby Carter has 33 communications, which is about his third caller. And then Devin Burns.
Burns.
About a 6th caller. And then you have Hernandez Govan with 8 communications, about his 10th caller.
See, his first one is Angela Arnold.
Correct.
Whose is this? Who list is this?
And
Still
then on
straight
this
drop?
one we have Anthony Minton's hot number list.
Okay.
Again, it's filtered for just the 13th. And as you can see here, Govan's number 4. I think that's 4 communications. He's actually 10, maybe 9 callers down, because you can see you have a bunch of unknown. And then you have number 2 callers, just a list of numbers. That's usually just information getting from the cell phone company and other things, like other traffic, the actual numbers he's got.
Yeah, they tried to take out Whoop another
And
time.
then on August 13th, at 13:45 hours, we have the 911 call where Terrence Baker's cellular device calls and says that he's at Allendale being shot at and he's hiding. They asked for his name, he refused to give it. He just told them to hurry up, they're coming after him.
No, they're in all kind of cars. Just come. Ooh, that's when they changed up the
This
cars.
will be communications with the conspirators that are with Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith. And And then the other individuals, Anthony Mims, Hernandez Govan, and any
Hey, Teron.
variation of their other numbers at that time. So as you can see, it's represented in color. Is essentially the light pink is going to be Hernandez Govan, the blue is Anthony Mims, and then on the left it's, I think I've got Justin Johnson is yellow, and then Cornelius Smith is green, just to kind of so you can see the kind of the flow of things. And so essentially on November 2nd, we had Justin Johnson had 7 communications with the cellular device that belongs to Govan, and then he had 4 communications.
And I'm sorry, are these in chronological order on the date?
Correct.
So he communicated, Justin communicated with Hernandez Govan, then he communicated with Anthony Mims, then he communicated with Govan again, then he communicated with Mims again, then he communicated with Govan.
Correct. And then essentially this is just those call detail records with the actual call
Hey,
detail
Clarinetta.
records. It's got like service codes, tower information. You'll see it has a version of the IMEI.
He had more contact with QUETTE
They kind of do some equation where they
than
change
Big
the
Juke.
last 2 digits so people can't steal the IMEI records and create their own kind of own service or their own account. So, but it just gives you a little bit more information. It can tell you voicemail if there's multiple users on one call, if they're doing 3-way, things of that nature. And then again, as you can see, you have Justin Johnson in the yellow, Cornelius Smith in the green, and essentially it just kind of shows the way they're cut, like who they're communicating with, and the kind of the flow in chronological order how they're talking. So as you can see, Justin Johnson had 7 with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson had 4 with Anthony Mims, and then he had 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 20 communications with Hernandez Govan.
Oh, yeah.
He had 0 with Justin and 0 with
Juke.
Anthony Mims.
Oh, yeah. He out of here, y'all.
And then this is just the actual raw record. It just depicts what that is.
He outta here.
At the top you have Justin Johnson's records, and then at the bottom you have Cornelius Smith's records. And again,
Done.
another report showing that Justin Johnson had 7 communications with Hernandez Govan. On November 4th, he had 1 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius.
Oh, he out of here.
And then Cornelius had 2 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Justin Johnson, or Anthony Mims, and 0 with Justin Johnson.
Yeah, his contact. He was telling the truth. Oh, wow.
And then these are just again, you have Justin Johnson's records that you get from the cell phone company, and then you have Cornelius Smith's records that come with the cell phone company.
Get him out of here, coach. Oh, yeah. Game over.
Again,
November 5th.
it's November 5th, and as you can see, it's hard for me to see, but in the yellow and the green, they're kind of throughout the day, but Justin Johnson has 1 communication with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then he has 1 communication with Cornelius Smith. And then if you look on this side, Cornelius Smith has 4 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course 1 with Justin Johnson.
So, like,
And then these are those
Cornelius didn't
records.
come in until the month of November. So all that months and stuff before was a lie.
And then this is November 6th. You have Justin Johnson has 0 communications with Govan, He has 2 with Anthony Mims. He has 1 with Cornelius Smith. And then as you see, Cornelius Smith has 4 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then 1 with Justin Johnson.
Yeah, man, they did all that for nothing.
These are just the raw records representing those individual calls.
Quet was the
Again,
mastermind.
November 12th,
I mean,
you
as
have
far as these records go.
0 communications with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson. Yeah, Justin Johnson has 0 communications. He has 3
It's
with
funny.
Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius has 5 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius Smith.
Well, he kept saying, no, it was
And again, these are just the raw
Govan.
records that represent that report. And then November 15th, 2021, you
a
have
little.
Justin Johnson has 0 communication with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 communication with Anthony Mims, but he has 14 communications with Cornelius Smith. And then Cornelius Smith, he has 2 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course he has 14 communications with Justin Johnson. And then
Raw data.
this is just the raw data. And then November 17th, obviously, is the day of the homicide.
Wow.
If we look at the hot number list on the day of the homicide, Cornelius Smith hot number list has 12 communications with Justin Johnson. It's about his fourth top caller. He has 11 with Hernandez Govan, and then he has 8 with Angela Arnold.
None with Mims.
And then if you look at Justin Johnson's, it's harder for me to read that, to be honest, because it's a little far, if you don't mind me
Get my glasses on. So.
Oh man, if this says Justin Johnson
See that
reached
far,
out to
I guess,
Quet, then that mean that boy was telling the story.
So,
I mean,
on the 17th, Justin Johnson has
Big Juke.
15 communications with Govan. It's like his third down if you remove the voicemail. And then you have 12 with Cornelius Smith. You have 11 with Angela Arnold. And then on down, he has 3 with Hernandez Govan. And only 1 communication over here on the right with Anthony Mims. So
When he said he FaceTimed him and said, that's our work. So he's been telling the truth the whole time.
yeah, okay.
Cornelius told the
Yeah.
truth.
So this is just going to be a call log, essentially taken from from Cornelius Smith's cellular
Woo!
device. And
He can't say he lying, cause
it's showing that he's communicating with Justin Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get down. It's too tight. It's an incoming call, and then as you can see, he's got his contact listed as Little Brud Drop. Interesting. This is an incoming call just prior to the murder, and as you can see, when you look at their raw records, both of their call detail records show their cellular devices on a cellular tower at 1731 Cherokee Boulevard, and they both have the same tower azimuth, which is just essentially a direction on the tower of like a sector. So it'd be like a compass. So 290 would be like, we have cones. And so they're both pointing on the same sector of the same tower, which is approximately 3.9 miles away from 1766 Wild Rose Street, which is where Cornelius lived. And then this is surveillance video of the homicide with Cornelius and Justin Johnson in the photos. And you can see that's at 12:23:01 hours. And Justin will be on the left and Cornelius is on the right. Here we're showing Cornelius Smith's physical phone abstraction, showing that there was no outgoing communications during that time frame. So that his last outgoing communication, before the homicide, was essentially, we had that incoming at 12:04, and then you see.
Yes, this is why I
Oh my
switched to
God.
injection-free weight loss. I was eating healthy, working out every day.
As an outgoing to Uncle Ron.
Who?
Let me stop you, the date, on the top. is-
Uncle Rob.
Oh, my bad.
Should that be November 17, 2021?
Yes, I apologize. It should be November 17th.
But the dates all here accordingly.
Yeah, the dates are in the center, and as you can see, they have the times, and then below that, we have this call detail record. The records show so it shows right there at the 1804, so records come in UTC, so
So as you can
it's basically like universal time coordinated, so like they send the records, it's always going to be in that universal time coordinated. So we're in central time, so that would be, at this time period, it would be 6 hours back. Right now it'd be like 5 hours back. So it just compensates for daylight savings and things of that nature. So, because they're going to send those records all over whoever needs them. And so it's just easier for the company to send them out as one format. And so, like you'll see on the phone, we've got it -6 on, and that's when I create those reports. I'm actually -6, and so it just makes more sense fluidly. And then, but the records you'll see, they're going to just stay the same. So that's going to be the universal time coordinator. And so at 1804, which really was the 1204, it shows the incoming call. And then after that, you see just a list of incoming calls, but then you also see that some outgoing calls. But those outgoing calls are actually just the forwarding service to his voicemail. And you can see that with like the codes on the far right, which is like, I guess, so 02A would be like forwarding no reply, which means the phone is on, it got forwarded. It's just after no reply means after a couple rings, the phone forwards that call. There's other anomalies, like if the phone's off, it does something different, or if it's busy, it'll have a different code or a different service. And then on November 17th at 12:26, you have Justin Johnson has a FaceTime interaction with Anthony Mims at 12:26:50, so that was 3 or 4 minutes after the homicide. And then right here, November 17th, 12:39, 07 hours, you have 3 communications at 12:39:07. One is an outgoing call. At 12:39:56, you have an incoming text. And then at 12:40:53, another outgoing call. And then you can see that indicated on the records below. And then if you look at the text, 12:39:56, you go to the next line, and as you can see, 12:39:57 is that text, which is just, Kiona Hooper is sending 4752 Haven Court, the address to her apartment, to Justin Johnson. And then later at 12:47:22, you have Justin Johnson sending 4752 through iMessage to a Jermaine Sears. And I read it wrong, Jermaine Sears.
And that's his cousin.
And 12:47:30, Justin Johnson sends another iMessage that says, "Now, bro, I need you now." And then you have a response at 12:47:41. Jermaine Sears sends an incoming iMessage that says, "On my way." So 12:58:02 is when it begins, but you see Justin Johnson's SUV pull in to the two-lane apartments, or they had another name, the Gospel Garden Apartments.
Mhm.
Then
They
you
had a
see
couple of shootings
Justin
there.
Johnson next to Kiana Hooper, and then you see Cornelius Smith, who has the hoodie kind of draped over his shoulder. And they're going into Kiana Hooper's apartment. So this is going to be from Angela Arnold's cellular device. And this is going to be at 13:26:30 hours. And as you see, she has an incoming call from Justin Johnson, 901-236-1625. It's a 19-second call. And then you have another incoming call at 13:28:16 hours. It's a 12-second call. And then you have an instant message that comes in at 1:28:50 or 13:28:50 hours. And then below are the records that coordinate with that, with those, with her phone calls. And these are going to be her call detail records that are associated to her device. And then that text message, which was at 13:28:50, is again the address, which is 4752 Haven Court.
Justin Johnson sent this to Angela Arnold.
Justin Johnson's device.
Johnson's device.
Correct.
Sent it
Her
to
telephone
Angela
number.
Arnold's
Device. Yes.
You are in
Again, here you
trouble.
see Angela Arnold's phone
Let's be
extraction.
clear.
He gets another
You in
incoming
trouble.
call at 13:55:11, and it's a 29-second call, and then that's represented down here at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom.
Head Start.
Detail record.
Head Start. Your ass in
And
trouble.
then as you see, 13:56, Angela Arnold arrives in the black SUV at 4752 Haven Court. And I think you see him coming outside as Justin's in the middle with the yellow hoodie. Cornelius has the black hoodie with the black pants. And Keona's just right behind him. And then you see Cornelius get in the passenger side of Angela Arnold's vehicle. So now it's November 17 at 14:07 hours and 15 seconds. Angela Arnold's cellular device showed an outgoing SMS message to a telephone number that belonged to Justin Johnson. That SMS message stated, "This is C, bruh. Send me bruh number so I can get my phone." That's then followed by another SMS message, which is at 14:13:21 from Angela Arnold's cellular device, and it says QUETTE number. Then we have November 9th, 2021, or 19th, I'm sorry. And this is just showing that Justin Johnson at 12 in the morning was searching, Cornelius Smith, was doing a Google search for 24-hour AutoZone.
So this is what, like 12:17 in the morning, like.
Correct. Or no, 12:17 seconds, so at 12 in the morning. And then at 12:01 in the morning, You see Justin Johnson shows an outgoing call to a number or Cornelius, I'm sorry. Cornelius shows an outgoing call to AutoZone Auto Parts. That comes back to the AutoZone Auto Parts at 5945 Winchester Road. Again, you'll see 1209 or 0900 hours. Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an incoming call that belonged to Justin Johnson, and he has the contact name labeled Little Bruh Drop. It's a 33-second duration call. Then at 12:10 a.m. or 1000 hours, you have Cornelius Smith's cellular device showing 3 outgoing calls to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan. And you can see again that's labeled bruh for the 901-618-3848 telephone number. And it's an outgoing call. It shows 2 minutes and 40-second duration. You have another outgoing call at 12:18. So the first one was at 12:10. The next one's at 12:18 a.m. It's a 1 minute and 9-second call. And then you have at 12:35 a.m. you have a 7-second duration call. It's an outgoing call. And then below are just the records that correlate with what was on its cellular device. Then on, so 0647 hours or 6:48.
Hey, thank you, Naturally Narlands.
Smith's cellular device showed an incoming
thank
call
you.
from a number that belonged to Hernandez Govan, and that was 18 seconds long. And then those are the records that correlate with that communication. And then at 0701 hours or 7 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device does a Google search for AutoZone on Lamar. Then at 0703 hours or 7:03
Hey,
a.m.,
habits, not goals.
Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an outgoing call to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan. There was no duration on that call, and as you see, like there's no duration on the records, and it does show like an abnormal completion.
Oh yeah, he
which could
going
be a
over the
various
phone
disruptions
records
or
and everything. Pretty much what Cornelius said was true.
correlate with that
They've
call.
had a couple of shootouts with
Again,
shootings.
708
They was on
or
paper route
0700, 700
real heavy.
hours, 8 or 7:08 a.m.
One time in the car
He has
and one
another
time
Google
someplace
search,
else, and it
which
was a
is
bunch
the
of cars
universal car cover.
came to shoot him up.
And then later at
Could you hear me?
1847 hours, there's an image of an AutoZone receipt that's extracted from his phone. And you can see that
Oh, I didn't check, Miss Tom.
capture time was on 11/20/2021 at 6:47 p.m. And then we have December 2nd, 2021. And so Angela Arnold's cellular device showed an outgoing Instagram chat to Anthony Mims. And essentially it says, "What's up, big bruh? I'm trying to get with you. I'm Govan, little homie. You met me before. I'm trying to let you hear my music if you don't mind giving me a call."
Music.
And then he lists
Music.
901-370-0185, which is Angela Arnold's cellular device.
Cornelius was trying to do music too.
Her Instagram chat for participants, and then above that is Juke the Boss, which is his Instagram.
The boss.
And then that's it.
Oh, wow.
your analyzation of the phones, would you say the conspirators or the individuals listed, Justin Johnson, Cornelius Smith, would they communicate more to Govan than with each other?
I think that it started as a lot of communications between Govan, but as you saw, as it gets closer to the day of the homicide, those communications then seem to be more between Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson, and not Govan.
And then after the homicide?
I would say most of the communication. I know that Cornelius was communicating through Justin Johnson's brother. Justin Johnson was doing something weird with his phone where his brother had the phone, but he was just trying to avoid getting in trouble with his parole. So you see that Cornelius is communicating with his brother. But I don't think Hernandez was communicating with any of them that I know of, or MEMPHIS. I think all communicated.
At that point, he was telling it.
with MEMPHIS.
Thank you.
Now there's a glare in there today. It's like they changed the lights or something.
After the homicide, we know Justin Johnson fled to Indiana, right?
Correct.
And he gave his phone to his brother, and his brother was using the phone, so a lot of these calls, his brother was the one using his phone to make it seem like he was still here.
Correct.
So that would be Jamarcus Johnson, Justin's brother.
Correct.
Okay. This PowerPoint slide, you said you just finished it yesterday?
Correct.
All right, so I'm just trying to catch up and go through it today, as I just got it. With regards to this AutoZone stuff, was that mentioned in any of the police reports that had previously been provided?
Police report.
Right, you write down narratives, explanations of what happened.
Supplements, yeah. I mean, that was found late, but I would assume that we would either, it would be in the PowerPoint that y'all were given, or it would be, we might have some type of supplement about the receipt and everything.
I got it, so it was done yesterday. In fact, did you talk to the government about the testimony that's been going on as to what we were looking for as part of the case the last 2 days?
Not in the last 2 days. The receipts and most of that stuff was prior. The records were what I would work. They wanted the records, the November records prior.
Sure.
That's what I worked on.
Okay.
Everything else was pretty much already there. As far as like,
The reason I asked, there's not a single supplement from 2023 in the case. There's nothing. Believe me or not, you know this, you're prepared for it, you're a co-investigator on it. Do you remember ever seeing a supplement or a note anywhere that said we have an AutoZone receipt?
I know that there's multiple PowerPoints in the discovery, I'm pretty sure, that have that, all those slides. Because most of those slides are taken from, I got those slides from that discovery, most of that information.
You just created yesterday, I'm telling you, you've done 2 PowerPoints.
I didn't,
A 3-part
Oh my
Providence
God.
Falls special event.
Liam O'Connor, we're offering you a chance for redemption.
Excuse me, y'all. Ooh. I do not like how they are doing that 2-in-1 stuff.
There are 7.
what I was working on yesterday.
Who put the PowerPoints together?
I,
So you made this entire 70 pages we just did.
yeah, a lot more than that, yes.
Okay. The reason I ask is, the lead detective in this case said you guys never followed up on any receipts with AutoZone, and and I've been harping on AutoZone, and now.
Did you take your ass to AutoZone?
PowerPoint with an AutoZone machine, is that right?
Well, probably because we didn't find out about the receipt until much later in the investigation. This was after Cornelius and then actually getting in his phone and actually finding it. So it just took a long time to find that information.
But you guys indicted Cornelius in January of 2022, less than 2 months after this murder happened.
Yeah, I don't think we interviewed him until later.
Well, you interviewed him on December 9th, you do know that, right?
Well, that was an interview where he was not.
Well, did you do that, or did you not do that? Okay,
I was not a part of that interview,
okay.
but where he came forward with the truth, I was there.
The
On
truth.
two different ones, two
Okay.
different interviews.
So he came forward with the truth when you were there, the truth.
I was, yes.
Okay. You remember him making a statement to you in August? And you were
Sir,
there.
did you take your ass to AutoZone and ask them for a receipt?
You were the
A lot-
second
Oh, he
detective.
made a lot of statements, so you hadn't even played it yet for me to remember.
I'm just asking you because you went through 70 pages of slides and very specific dates and times of phone calls. Do you remember how many times Cornelius Smith made statements to the police?
No.
I mean, I sat in on, I think, 2 interviews.
Or how many total times did
I don't know.
talk to the police? You are co-lead
Oh, yeah.
investigator.
I sat in for 2, and I know he had one when he was initially, I would think one when he was initially arrested.
Now you making him give you something he don't know.
I just said he didn't even do it. I
You don't
wasn't
know.
in that interview. I was in the 2 that I had with the prosecutors and his attorneys and everybody that was involved.
After he signed the proffer agreement
Yes,
to be protected and all that kind
He
of stuff.
said yes.
yes,
That's the proffer agreement, right?
correct,
Okay, it protects the person saying it, right?
yes.
Okay. You remember a proffer agreement taking place in August of 2022?
It's possible, yes. I don't remember when those 2 proper dates were.
Okay. Before I play that tape, Mr. Cornelius and Angela had both already talked to you all, right?
Correct.
Angela actually supposedly came clean on December 17th of 2021.
Correct.
Told you about AutoZone.
She did not tell us about anything about it.
Okay, so in the 2017, when she just testified, that would be incorrect about AutoZone.
She did not say anything. I did not see
To
anything.
him.
I didn't interview her, but I've listened to her testimony.
Okay.
I don't remember her saying anything about AutoZone. I found that out the day Cornelius had mentioned to us.
When
Did
was that?
Manny take his
That
ass to
was later
AutoZone?
In one of those proffers. I'm not sure if it was the first or the second one,
Okay.
but he relayed that information to us, and that's when we started looking in his phone for that specific information to see if it was true.
All right, and Sergeant Dabney was involved in the proffers too as the lead agent in this case.
He could have been, I think at some point he had.
Did you
left.
ask
I don't
him
know if
that?
it was prior, before, or after. At some point he retired. I'm not sure what that time frame was.
Okay. So you don't know when the lead investigator in this case retired.
No.
On the biggest case the Memphis has got with YOUNGDOLPH, you don't remember that?
No.
He's got his own homicides that he's working. We were embedded in this, working this in a completely different building.
No, that's not my job to know when he
At some point,
retired.
I know he retired
Period.
during the investigation. I don't document the date that he leaving.
What type of bullshit?
That's your voice, right? You're showing
Yeah,
Cornelius pictures, and you say they're a little grainy?
I think so. I was still having a second.
I'm afraid I know the pictures are a little grainy. Do you know what that
That's you, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's keep going.
is? It's from your phone. You're holding it.
A video?
It was in your phone, it was a video.
Yep, it was rainy time. Yep.
What firearm is that?
There's an AK-47, I think. They're the one that just be going.
That was gonna hit, is that the gun that you used
Yep, that's the one he had, yep.
on the murder?
I guess that's the sign I want. Pretty much.
Yes, sir.
That's
That's the one you had on the Gucci, right?
Yeah, it was the day on Moochie, right?
You have that same gun?
I believe so. But he had two of them. He had two of them. He had like, yep, two handguns, yep.
What is this?
Alright, that's old. Yeah, that ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
This old, this elder gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, what was in your gun section.
It's a cop bar.
Alright, stop it there. You were showing him photos, Cornelius Smith, you're showing him photos from his phone, correct? You gotta say yes or no.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes.
Alright, so he talks about AK-47s, about when he was shooting Moochie or Wu or whoever many people he shot.
Well, he didn't shoot Moochie, he said they went up there to attempt to, but Justin Johnson was holding an assault rifle and was laying down in the back before they drove off. They didn't do anything, but we were showing them the different firearms we found in his to see. We were trying to find the firearm.
Pardon me for being naive, I know he may not have shot anybody, but when I'm going there with guns and they jam or whatever, and we don't use them, it still is pretty scary to me. So you show him the photos in his phone, right? That's the AK-47, then you go through the photo, that's Angela's handgun, right?
I think he said it was Angela's handgun, but it was photos of guns in his.
And the next thing you say is, I don't know how this photo got in here, it looks like it's a car part. You remember that? Play it again.
I mean, I heard it, but I don't know what it's in reference to unless we saw some car parts. I heard
Play it
something
again.
with ours.
Alright, that's old. Yeah, that ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
This old, this elder gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, what was in your gun section.
It's a cop bar.
So you said, I don't know what this is in the gun section, it's a car part.
Right.
That was said, right?
Yes, because you can filter on the Cellbrite software, like firearms, right? Because we were trying to find the firearms used in the MURDA. And when we filtered that, we had some that were so grainy, we weren't sure, but maybe he could clear it up. He said it was a car part. It wasn't really, you couldn't really tell what it was.
I appreciate the explanation, you couldn't really tell, but these jurors are gonna watch that receipt, and you're telling us that that receipt is an AutoZone receipt.
It looks like it's got, if you look at the very top, it looks like an AutoZone receipt. It's got the auto part and the zone. It's very difficult to see, I agree, but it looks like an AutoZone receipt at the top.
All right, so that is a great point. You said as part of your investigation, you name it, we collected it, right? You said that to the government when you're talking about how thorough we were?
Correct.
All right, so it sort of kind of looks like an AutoZone receipt. Did you happen to go about 6 blocks that way to the AutoZone headquarters and just say, could you pull the receipts from that very specific location?
No!
About to see if anybody purchased anything.
Again, if you look at the receipt in the PowerPoint, you can't, I don't think I was able to tell where it came from. And
all right, so now we don't know where it came from. Or it could be AutoZone.
it looks like an AutoZone receipt.
Right, well, I looked,
But it doesn't, you
Your
can't see the fine
objection
print.
asked and answered at this time.
he's gonna dodge the question, Judge.
I'm not dodging the question.
There's no rule, that's the right.
Again, you don't know if it's an AutoZone receipt. We're making presumptions based on a complete receipt.
You're saying that I don't know it's an AutoZone receipt. I looked at the photo and at the top you can see the AutoZone part. You can't see when he purchased it or the dates on the fine print. But it appears at the top, it says AutoZone. It doesn't have all the details, because trust me, we looked at that. We wanted to see what time did this purchase happen. But he said cash, so we were like, well, I mean, can we get video? I mean, we look at these things to try to figure it out, but sometimes all you might have is just at the very top, it says AutoZone.
Yes, it sounds like it's a very difficult job. Did you go to the AutoZone that was addressed and ask them to pull video?
At the time, we didn't have an address. And
We said you looked at the phone and you saw it, you got an address. Did you go yesterday to ask AutoZone headquarters, is there a receipt available?
Historically,
No, not historically.
Or any
Yes
business
or no?
30
Judge, I
days.
need him to answer. He's dodging me over and over again. I'm asking
I'm-
simple
No,
questions.
I'm gonna let you stop
Did
now.
you go?
Objection,
no, I did not.
objection, wait. He's objecting.
For what?
The objection. Your Honor, if he would allow the witness to actually answer the 15 questions he's asked, he may get the answer that he needs. I'm asking him to let the witness answer. Let him answer.
Did you go to AutoZone at any point in this investigation? I appreciate the smirk, but just answer yes or no.
No.
Did you go?
Objection, Your Honor, I would ask him,
No.
he's not making, we don't need commentary.
All right.
Just ask the question,
No,
answer the question.
I've said no 4 times now. No, 5.
Okay, so we never went to AutoZone to confirm what this receipt might be. Did you go to Pressure World to look through all the cameras that they have at Pressure World?
I did not.
Okay, did anybody do that that could magically be on a phone somewhere?
I did not. I was not a part of that first part of the investigation. I did not see anything having where they went to Pressure World.
Okay,
So I'm not sure.
all right.
Thank you.
With regards to the records that you went through with the phone calls and the hierarchy of numbers, we know for a fact that Justin Johnson did not communicate with Hernandez Govan for at least 2 weeks prior to the homicide. The last call was on November 5th for about 8 seconds. Do you remember that?
There's hundreds of records. He's saying they didn't communicate on the phone.
You went through a PowerPoint slide and you put up November 5th, so there may have been a call, it was like 8 or 10 seconds. Then we went through the rest of it and there was not a single call between Justin Johnson and Hernandez Govan until after the homicide took place. Do you remember that? Okay. With regards to Cornelius Smith, you said 2 calls were made on November 15th. No calls between Cornelius Smith and Hernandez Govan on the 16th, right?
Correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
All right, and then the 2 calls that you put on the slideshow with regards to Cornelius and Hernandez Govan, one of the calls was 0 seconds, right?
There were calls on there with 0 seconds. Yes.
Right. So, and the other call was 40 seconds and it had a code 11 next to it. You know, it could be 2A, it could be 11.
There were calls with 11, yes.
Okay. With regards to an individual that you had up there that was communicating with Mr. Johnson, Jermaine Sears, during the course of the investigation, remember that?
I do.
Okay. And he helped them after the shooting get the medical supplies and things.
He brought clothes.
Okay. Did he bring bandages and such?
I don't know what he brought.
Okay.
What I saw Justin get was a bag of clothes. So,
What do you mean what you saw Justin get? It's just from the still shots, right? It looks like
well,
it's bad.
in the video, when Jermaine Sears pulls up, Justin Johnson gets clothes and some other things out of the back of Jermaine's car.
Okay. You wanted to talk to Jermaine as part of your investigation, right?
We did.
You did or you didn't?
We couldn't.
Okay. And that's because you called to try to reach Jermaine Sears and you were referred to his lawyer, is that right?
Correct.
And then his lawyer, all he said is Jermaine's out of town. That's it, right?
Yeah, he's not going to talk.
Okay. Did he say he's not going to talk or did he say he's out of
said
town?
he's not going to communicate with us. I think we tried a couple times.
Okay. Just let me know when you finish.
Judge, write it down. Lord, please don't let baby, cause he is stuck on Pressure World and AutoZone.
Get it back.
I'm in another room, Lord.
In this, it says you tried to contact Jermaine Sears. You were referred to his attorney, and he was living out of town. and then quote, so we kind of let it be.
Who said that?
You said it. This is you. Question, and how did you establish that number was Jermaine Sears? Answer, we use law enforcement databases. There was also some information within the text message that helped to identify him just by his real name and things of that nature. And then we also ended up contacting him to try to talk. Question on that number. Answer on that number. We were referred to his attorney and he actually appeared to be living out of town, so we kind of let it be. Remember that question and answer was Adam?
I don't remember that question and answer, but I do remember.
There's a transcript of his testimony from last year's trial.
Okay, well, if you just tell me it's a yeah. But I mean, that's exactly what I said earlier.
What's the question? You bring the testimony, what's the question for him?
The question is, you don't say anything about the attorney said you can't talk to him, you just simply said you were advised he was out of town, so you just let it be.
I'm assuming that sufficed in the trial. I mean, I'm telling you now what happened. We can't kidnap somebody and say you're coming with us because we think you committed a crime. We contacted him. He referred us to his attorney.
It's crazy.
Contacted his attorney. He said he wanted to talk to us. We can't do anything.
You didn't say that, but now you're saying that you remember the attorney said, I'm not gonna talk.
Yeah, because you badgering me. I remember better now.
He's asked and been answered. He's answered to the best of his ability several times. I'm trying to. What differently do you expect him to say?
Just repeat what you said under oath, but okay.
No, yeah, move on. You don't have nothing and you trying to force something. Let's be clear.
The receipt that's on Mr.
Hey, Minister Joyce and Mary.
Does he have any other receipts on his phone that you found?
He don't have nothing.
Okay, but you looked through all of it, you said. You worked really hard. Did you notice any other irrelevant receipts on
If
there?
there was relevant receipts, I might have said there.
To me, they were relevant. And what you think is relevant wasn't.
So usually we find those on
Oh, my
time-
God.
when we're looking through a timeline at a certain time, which would have been after the homicide, but around the time frame before the car is discovered, then on that timeline we're looking, and if we see him searching on the internet, right, for the cover, then we see at some point like a photos captured, then we are like, oh, well, that might be important. But to go through thousands and thousands of photos, we're just not going to do that.
So, if it's thousands and thousands of photos, you name it, we collected it, it's not worth it.
We grab what we need.
That's what we're saying.
If we can figure it out
We don't know that.
without going through all of that, then we can figure it out.
Okay. With regards to the
Hey,
table
third
with the
rail.
number of calls, sometimes there's 14.
Oh, he
sometimes
going to
there's
jail for a
20.
long time.
Are those all communications between the phone, via text message, phone, whatever?
Those,
He should have took the plea.
On your
prior to the
slideshow?
homicide on the slideshow, those are just, most of them were voice, but they're communications. They could be text messages. Just live on.
So if there were 22 text messages on one of the day between Mr. Govan and Cornelius,
And I am
you're aware
eating
that
a
Cornelius
sandwich,
used to buy accident
Mrs.
pills from Mr.
Tom.
Govan pretty regularly.
He stated that he bought narcotics from Mr. Govan.
All right. And you ever had a text with anybody where you say okay, you say hey, and suddenly it's 10 texts or 15 texts, things like that?
Sir, I'm just going by.
I don't know what the context of that is.
Right, I'm just saying,
Yeah, but you got me on hypotheticals.
22 contacts would be just a simple text conversation about a guy asking, when can you meet me to come pick up drugs? Meet me here. I'm at the store. I'll
That's
come back.
speculation.
Anything, right? You don't know.
I didn't testify to anything of content, just that the communication.
I got it.
Yeah,
and
thank
you
you.
also don't know from those communications if there were 0-second communications, voice note communications, actual calls.
Yeah, it does. It does say that up there.
This actual call, or that, call forwarding was picked up and.
Was you
like I
asleep?
stated earlier, it could have which we call no reply, which means the phone is active, right? You could have a non-reachable, right, which means the phone is off, so the phone, it automatically.
Yeah, I got water.
That code will push it to that call forwarding, so it's busy, so if you're on the phone, so the phone, it gives you that information.
He told us that,
Tell you what they're talking about, it'll give you the duration of the call,
Manny,
what type of call it is.
what was you doing?
Text message. So
I'm just trying to keep it simple. There are some summary tables where it just sort of have the top 10 list or something, and it's a number of columns.
You ain't been doing nothing simple.
And so that didn't tell us if anything actually went through, if there was a text, it was just how many communications we
Just how
had.
many communications they had on that day.
And we don't know if it's back and forth, if it's one way, anything.
He said it in court though. Where were you?
For that individual stuff.
Okay.
Hey James, where were you?
With regards to Justin Johnson, you're aware that Mr. Govan and he were doing music together, music business type stuff together. And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of text messages between those two in the summer of 2021.
I can say this much.
Well, how much communication were they doing before they started talking about
Okay.
a hit?
With regards, so we've established that he's doing music with them, and you said that's probably true. I would argue there were thousands of text messages about music with them. And with Cornelius, you know there's almost daily contact, even if it didn't make the hot list, where Cornelius would call Govan to go hang out at his house or come get pills.
I don't know what he was doing.
Right, but he did speak to you and said, I hung out with Govan a lot. I used to hang out at his house and stuff.
He said that he hung out at the house, yeah, and then bought drugs.
So you do understand that they wasn't asking them what they was doing with them before the
There
murder.
were some text messages that you pulled up there. Did you look at a lot of text messages on Mr. Justin Johnson's phone?
I'm sure a lot of it's did, yes.
All right. Did you go before July 27th, I think was the first date you went into?
No.
I'm sure we did.
Okay. If I showed you text messages from before that, would you remember them?
I'd have to see him to tell you that, but if you show them to me, I can put that around on.
I'll do that.
Let me know.
Did it say anything about music? Did any of the text messages say anything about music when the time they was plotting to take out Dolph? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Okay, great. Thank you. He tried to force people to come up with responses. He, you know, if I say I don't know, you now you're gonna make me say something. Now you're making me lie. Somebody need to tell him. So you want me to lie to you? I said I don't know. I don't remember. Now what? Did you take your ass to AutoZone and Impress Your World? Did you ask them for a copy of it? We didn't do that. We had other evidence that allowed us to apprehend them quicker. Okay, so what? We have limited manpower. Now, but if you want to see it, carry your little ass over there in the mound and you take your ass over there and you look through it. Go through their trash and all that shit. See how long that lasts. Yeah. Let Ray and them come help you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. He didn't like that phone record. I don't know. Conversation or text messages.
I mean, I vaguely remember something about the student.
I'm gonna admit that in evidence. I'm saying that is, text messages from Dustin Johnson's phone
And Josh Tate.
on, December, excuse me.
And Joshua Taylor.
2021.
And Josh Taylor.
Appear to be true and accurate based on what you specifically yourself downloaded your software on the phone. That's where it would come from.
Yeah, this was.
Okay, I'll offer that as an exhibit.
Just that page or?
Just that page. It's two-sided.
Josh Taylor.
Matters, but it's two-sided because I was trying to say this.
I don't know which one.
The front one is the one that's at the bottom dated 7/9/2021, 12/36/46. If you want to see that.
Yeah, 12/40.
If you flip it around, Your Honor, the top one in the blue says 12/36/46.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
This
about.
is first page.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just gonna put a one.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a single page of text messages that can identify from Justin Johnson's phone. And it's 2 pages. It's a double-sided page, front and back. We'll mark this as exhibit number 26.
Public show? Okay, I gotta be smarter than this, right? Sorry, guys. Robert, I'll let you figure it out. You're at 30.
Oh, that's
Get
too
to be
small.
close to 60, you just can't figure this out. Okay, I'll just need you to scooch it as we go. Alright, so the first text is from TZ to Justin Johnson, is that right?
Correct.
TZ, somebody you guys investigated, right?
And Joshua Taylor.
Okay. Didn't charge him with anything.
He's deceased.
Okay, but prior to being deceased, you didn't charge him with anything.
Correct.
All right, go to the next slide. Oh, I'm sorry, switch now. And so this is Justin Johnson. Can you only remotely see this? No.
They'll get it on the story.
Okay. So on July 9th of 2021, Justin Johnson tells TZ, okay, we need to spin on street, excess ham, said Duke for show, pulled up on golf now. You see that? Alright, we've already established ham was somebody that Justin Johnson was communicating with because you had it on one of your slides, right?
Correct.
I need a mugshot of him and that was what we're showing on the slide, that's his photo.
Correct.
Okay. And then, Duke, you know that's stupid Duke on the streets, right?
I don't know. There are a lot of Dukes.
Okay.
And if that's
Dukes
not-
that ham for show pulled
Stupid
up
Duke,
on
what
Dolph.
you're referencing might have been in capacity as that on the Dolph.
Okay.
But there's multiple Dukes that are in that world that they're in. So I'm not sure.
Oh, look at, they go to word proffer.
In their friendship.
Sure. And I know you
I
don't
think-
know which referencing, we don't know.
Look at Quet trying to put stupid Duke in there.
Right, the one that's just, you know about, that's just dumb enough to shoot anybody right now. He's the gang member, just asking.
I mean, I'm working that case, yes.
Okay.
Who you're talking about. I don't think that's a reference.
Okay.
Look at him trying to throw stupid Duke in there.
That mean in gang parties.
That they're gonna go shoot something up.
All right. So here we have on July 9th.
He tried to make that
Justin
stupid
Johnson
Duke,
to
y'all.
TZ, that we're gonna shoot something up, we're gonna pull up on Dolphin, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's take that one. What? I know, but I gotta make the next one with the one. Oh, okay, sorry, scooch it over, my bad. All right, so the next one from Justin Johnson to TZ is Dolph renting the whole studio out for the rest of the year. Call joke, let's make some. Right? That's what it says. And that's July 9th, right? Okay. Because on the slideshow we talked about reaching out to Joke on July 31st, but here they're saying call Joke. We're about to go shoot somebody, possibly Dolph, on July 9th.
July 27th, but actually TZ, the text messages aren't in there, but if you have TZ's text messages, you'll see that TZ is the one that made the introduction to MIMPHIS. Because he texts, TZ has a text with MIMPHIS saying that I got this rapper. His name is STRAIGHTDROP, and you need to meet him.
So you remember that specifically now?
I remember that text, that it was probably in Anthony Mims' cellular devices, but there's an actual introduction there. Because Justin Johnson was in jail in May, and so sometime between May and July is when he sent that message, so that kind of gave us a time frame.
I get it, but a few minutes ago you said you would have met him at the weed shop, or wherever the smoke shop was, on July.
Representing incident, I'm just showing you that specific time frame.
Okay, so TZ, if you're saying made the introduction to Justin Johnson to Jook, Govan didn't do that. You just said TZ made the introduction.
There's
Yeah, about music.
making an introduction like, hey, TZ is telling me I've got this guy.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
We're not talking about the hit.
He's introducing as like, I got this guy.
I got you. All right. We can take that.
This is not about the hit. He introduced him about the music. And then Quett tried to manage.
This next exhibit, Your Honor, will be 3 pages. It's single-sided, so once I go through it, I'll just give you a heads up. Peer review, yes, Your Honor.
You better go on back to where you came from with that over-aggression, dude. You know where you at? Do you know where you at? Okay. Why you trying to incorporate stupid dude? He tried to make that stupid dude. Ooh, y'all see he snitching. Quett think he's slick. He trying to tell on all of them on the cool, y'all. Quett trying to tell on all of them. Only how you'll know this gang stuff, sir, if you was one of the leaders in True Mafia. It'll take your ass on where you came from. So we can get justice for Dolph.
I said 3, I'm sorry, it's 4 pages, Your Honor. I'm just going to change the 4-page exhibit for the witness.
so aggressive.
text messages from, with,
Asking questions about
okay,
what
Oh, Lord, I'm trying.
July 28th, 2021.
Correct.
I think you just have to read it.
Well, what's the content? What do you,
I didn't want to.
messages? I'm having to take your word that they're wrote. Just lay them down.
Okay, I just didn't want to
Who's
issue.
the witness?
I will do that. All right. So on that first page,
She don't know where he going with this shit
Say,
either.
okay. Then he says, don't see normal. That's somebody else, right? If you know.
So, those are both from the same participant. Okay, don't see normal.
That's from Justin Johnson to Cause Risky, right?
Yeah,
All right.
or no. No, it's,
See where it says
is this
from?
from Justin Johnson's cellular device?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything's from Justin
Okay,
Johnson. So.
okay, yeah. So, okay, don't seem normal is an outgoing text from Justin Johnson.
And then Risky responds to Justin Johnson. Route there now. I think Shad know where that hoe at. I've seen
Shad.
Over there before, I think. You remember that? You see that?
I see it.
Who is Shad?
Shad,
Shad.
Rashad Hill.
And who is that?
He's an associate of Justin Johnson.
Okay. And then on the next page, Justin.
Not Shad, not.
Don't see normal.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
And then
oh.
Cuz Risky says, if you all get a steamer or some LMK on cash you out, I need some. You see that? What is a steamer?
Stolen vehicle.
Okay, so it's Cuz Risky asking them for, if he's got a stolen vehicle he can pay for.
Correct.
All right. And then the next slide says, great home too. You see that? Who is great?
Moochie Gray.
That's the one that got shot?
He didn't get shot.
Okay, but the one that shooter.
They attempted, yes, they went to the Turkey Drive. They were in the vehicle, and then Cornelius pulled off because he didn't feel like it was safe.
All right. And on the next slide, he says Muchina. That's Justin Johnson saying that.
Just referencing Moochie Gray.
Right, and the other fellow says, yeah, implying that's him, and then call it, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then that last one, just for the record, is just says pulling up.
Yes.
Okay. I can take that back, and I'll offer that into evidence as an exhibit or other.
And I asked for relevance.
Relevance is they're talking about shooting people, which has nothing to do with Mr. Govan at this point.
And again, it's not true.
He don't have none, y'all. I mean, what he doing is trying to expose the secrets, and he's exposing that other people that was involved in setting up in-house, but they don't have nothing to do with QUETTE. I mean, you know, how is this gonna tie together? But he just trying to put it out there like Shad, Mob Shad, and he tried to incorporate that they was inquiring about a stupid Duke and because it had Duke, and that's why he said that could be any Duke. There are other Dukes out there. He just doing his best. But King, no, don't be lying, no. I mean, I'm sure all of that stuff was already out there, but Big Moochie, I mean, I played to y'all last night that Woo said there was tons of evidence that could have came out that they didn't even use. So what he's doing now is putting some of that evidence out to let them know that Shard Rad was a Shard Mob Shard or whatever was playing both sides like I've been saying. I would not trust him. He played both sides. Oh my God. Guilty. Yeah, so he trying to help. See, Quet still trying to help the feds on the cool and expose people on the cool. Because why would he be bringing that out right now? Because that don't have nothing to do with Quet. Just like the other attorney didn't touch it because it has something to do with straight drop, but what he doing now, man, go sit down and put your client on the witness stand and let him tell all of that. Yeah, put him on the witness stand and let Quet be the one to expose it. Let me talk to you. Since you trying to be slick, so you won't be the only one to go down by yourself in some of this stuff. If you want the business, is that how they say it, y'all? Business to be out, you get your ass on the witness stand and tell it.
So can I send the text?
How about that? You tell it. Instead of having your attorney try to put it out there in a sneaky little way. Asking questions about shit that don't have nothing to do with you. Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. And the more he do that, the more I think you lured Teasy to Orange Mound that day. Let's be clear. You lured your truly guy because he was a snitch. And so are you. Yeah. With your Maybelline, maybe it's Maybelline makeup on the side of your face. Did you go to Pressure World and provide the videotapes? Did you go to AutoZone, sir? Yeah. Y'all, all of them in trouble. I'm going to tell you that now. He exposing all of them on the cool. Without saying.
What's been the street was that apparently if you Google it, it says shoot up the place, and that's what the detective actually agreed to. But my point here, Judge, is we've gone through a lot of instances with addresses and phone numbers and all that. Okay. Saying Govan's Mastermind, you look at, Mastermind's my words, but you look at the call logs and this, and he must be coordinating everything, is what they've been sort of arguing throughout this trial. My point is Justin Johnson had connections way beyond Mr. Govan, and he's doing all this stuff on his own. That's what I'm trying to show the jury. He didn't have to listen to Govan. He already had a direct line to Juk, and he was doing other.
Yeah, but Juk went to Quet about the hit.
He's a PRE member, and that's been going on.
Based on that argument, I understand why you asked to enter the previous exhibit. Exhibit 26.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I don't necessarily understand what that argument has to do.
It's essentially the same thing where he's tipping them off where they are. Remember, Mucci is a PRE member. They're out there to get PRE folks. And we've already established on July 1st that let Juk know we're going to do this. Now we're going out after another PRE member. That's the whole point. It's never going to say, hey, we are going to kill somebody.
Well, I understand that.
But there's been a ton of inferences of who called who, everything else with arrows and slides that the government did.
They have meetings before. Oh my God.
On Hallmark Plus, there's always a plus.
You remember they said we have to go find people, and that's what Cornelius Smith spent the day talking about when we were writing on looking for people since August 13th and things like that. We're going to kill whoever. There was a price on everybody.
No, Cornelius didn't come in August.
That's my point.
Cornelius did not come in August.
They are tipping, Justin Johnson's tipping off other colleagues, and Govan is controlling it, which is what Cornelius said is Govan control everything.
When he came into play, Cornelius said that he controlled everything when he came into play. And his calls did not start with straight drop them until November.
Yes, he's PRE. That's the person they're referencing that they see.
Yo, go back to the when did Cornelius call? When did his number start being implemented? It was not during that time frame. And if we're gonna go by that, then when did TZ communication with all of them as far as the hit drop off?
She's reading the first one, not the one that has been admitted.
Oh, I need to be in there.
Hold on, I'm going to give you all of them. So,
Oh, y'all need to line it up when the phone call started, including Cornelius, cause anything before that, he don't know nothing about that. And then you need to let them know that these people were already in games. They already had beef before money was put out there. So at some point, TZ dropped off. And then they needed somebody else. And that's when the solicitation of Cornelius came in. So why did TZ fall off? Quit. I think I missed my calling. You think you slick. Y'all hit the like button. Double tap your screen. Like that. Or hit the 3 dots. She said, I need a drink. I'll be back. Y'all hit the like button. Why they got us on pause? He trying hard. Carolina. She said, in my chambers. Cause this bullshit right here. You done took us around the block and down the street around the corner on Pressure World and AutoZone. Surely you done made a trip up the street and down the corner. I don't know what. Been knocking on the wrong doors, talking to the wrong baby mama, sir. Now you trying to get let these gangs know. Manny ain't got nothing. He exposing gangs and backdoorism, trying to incorporate let mob young mob know that Mob Shad, which I done been told y'all I didn't trust him because he was in between MoneybaggyO, a bread gang, and a young mob. I've been telling y'all that. So yes, his name done popped up in there. Mob Shad gave a low on the hoe. Okay? I've been telling y'all that shit. That's the same one that lured CEO Jizzle. Hey, Reflections. I just stopped with Kimberly. Absolutely. So I don't know who Hamburger is, but Hamburger is cool with Shad. So Shad or Shard, he done gave up somebody in Big Nooski. I've been telling y'all how long. A lot of this has a lot to do with Dolph and Big Nooski. So here go Young Mob. Hell, C Money. I mean, some of the same backdooring and friends and shit. A lot of backdooring. A lot of snitching and telling. So that's what's his name? Big Lip Black Eye Makeup Maybelline. That's what he was over there doing. He telling and exposing on the cool. Cause what he talking about now don't have nothing to do with Cornelius. Yes, they've been beefing even before the hit. Absolutely, it's been a hit. But when they infiltrated a new hit, they was communicating before Cornelius. I said that too. Cornelius didn't come in. He said until a couple of weeks before. That's what the communications says. He have them looking over communication that was before then. That include Josh Taylor. So Shad Mob, all these people who names, I mean, these people been knowing they dirty. They had to know. If I picked up on it, hell, I know they did. And y'all know how I feel about him luring my boy. He ain't my boy, but you know what I mean. Jizzle into that form and to get him shot up. And Juke gave that little guy that gun.
Yes, sure.
The first text on the right that we're going to
Yes, that's in green. And
that's green.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and the other one that you gave me.
What's the date on it, Your Honor?
The text message says August 22nd, 21.
Okay, got it.
And then the other one that's July 28th, 21.
Yes, Your Honor.
February green.
Correct. And it should say 30137, the first text in green. Is that correct?
Wait a minute.
July 28th, that's the one you're looking at right here.
July 28th and 21 at 3:01:37, right?
Yes.
Is that you agree?
That's great, Your Honor.
I just kind of need to know so I can keep up.
Mm-hmm. I've been telling them about them half-ass police officers and chiefs, some of them other judges and all that shit. And it was EBG, Jizzle who made that clear for me. Why don't that detective tell him that Quett was a part of the same gang, Chula Mafia? Straight Drop got out of prison in May and was back on it, negotiating in July. And I told y'all before that bowling alley shootout was Kenny Money. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all that. But they said, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Where is Fabo go? Is he still alive? Where he at? So now it's ironic that Jizzle is fighting them federal charges for something that happened during July 2021. and Chula Mafia was doing all this type of shit in July 2021. Yep. He took his butt over there and what made me think about it was Paper Radnewski when he got shot. He was the one that reached out to me to tell me.
So the objection has been made to the two other text message trailers from Justin Johnson.
Could you tell me which dates you are sincere marked in the early?
One is on July 28th and 21, and one is on August 22nd and 2020.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The court has already admitted into evidence the month of July 9th.
Okay.
Alright. Ms. Taylor has made the objection as to why these were relevant when you tried to, these in evidence. And your response is,
The government's theory in this whole case is Mr. Govan has hired these two individuals to go shoot PRA members, and they're doing it as his direction, even though the joke's not hired.
For the hit.
My position is Mr. Johnson has his own connections, is doing it on his own, and therefore we can't break the chain of the conspiracy, at least cast doubt on that, because there are clear text messages where he's identifying PRA members to other people. Either he's going to shoot them himself, doesn't shoot up the block.
Where's Dolph? Oh, his name did come up in there.
Whether the shooting took place or not, if you don't fire your gun, apparently it's not a shooting. Still scared to say points it on, but my point is this is happening and undercuts this whole theory that Govan's sort of the ringleader of all this kind of stuff. That's what I'm trying to get at, because he's doing it over and over again.
Well, once money became an issue, QUETTE got in it and then orchestrated the hit.
and still your response? Actually, stay with withdraw our application. So we ready to bring through right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
You can tell the witness to come back in. Please. We ready to do it.
Oh, that was out.
This changed everything. Weight loss will never be the same after this. Weight Loss by Hers offers access to a range.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to re-offer the 4-page text records chain from July 28th, 2021 that we were discussing prematurely momentarily.
And that's why that detective guy said it's a whole bunch of dukes out there. I ain't even finna just put Stupid Duke in there. Shout out to him.
And it's been identified as text messages.
Oh yeah, and hit the hearts on the side,
Justin Johnson and
That's
please.
risky. The detective was kind enough to give me his real name, but I don't remember.
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams. We're gonna mark it as exhibit 27.
Dang, who is KC? KC
No,
Williams.
go ahead with the next one is exhibit just for brevity's sake. I'm going to
Rico coming, y'all.
let's just go with this. I think I've got all the paper to accuse myself. So let's just go with exhibit 28. Excuse me, 27.
Mrs. Tom has spoken, y'all.
Can I publish it here?
Yeah, we need to get the lights up so we can all enjoy it. At the bottom, it should have bottom side. You have a heart, a happy face, 100.
Robert, you'll switch it down just a little, please. That's Justin Johnson, right?
Is that the same text that we?
Yeah, I
Yes,
just showed you.
yes.
And you know his last four are 1625.
Correct.
Okay. And
You see it?
His real name is
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams. All right, so Justin says, okay, we talked about this, don't see normal. Route there now, I think Shad know where the hoe at. I've seen him over there before, I think. Route meaning paper route.
Paper route route.
Okay. And so that's a PRE number.
Correct.
And there's a beef between PRE and CMG.
Correct.
Okay. On the next slide,
They used to be cool. I'll show you in a minute,
we've
Miss
established
Tom.
that they've seen paper route, as you said. The question, don't see normal. And then the next one is if y'all get a steam.
Are you on a phone or a computer?
In case, let me know, I'm cash you out, I need some. And steamer was a stolen car, right? Correct. All right. And then the next text was Grape Home to, and that's Moochie Grape.
Yes.
That's a PRE artist as well.
Correct.
Okay. And then Justin says Moochina, again, Moochie Grape, PRE number.
It's not gonna be on the phone.
And then we have a yeah, and we have a call me.
It's only, yeah, it's not on the
Then we
phone.
have next page, please, Robert. It just says pulling up, right? Okay. And again, nobody got shot on that occasion, but that's,
Well, they attempted to shoot, he was providing more than that. Oh, sorry. Casey Williams was providing
really?
a lot of information to Justin Johnson on PRE members. I think he was screenshotting Terrence Baker's calls and sending them to him. He sent him Terrence Baker's father's address. And those are intertwined with the.
Yeah, see, I don't see it on mine.
Providing information to Justin on PRE members.
okay, perfect. Deputy Sergeant, make you get your steps. Two-page exhibit. It is text messages from Justin Johnson to Joking. We can explain who that is.
They say it's on the phone. I see the $ and the little GIF on this phone. Y'all must have iPhones. You have to extend it in the corner. Oh, okay.
Okay, can I get that back? And that looked true and accurate from the Justin Johnson phone that you reviewed? Okay, I'll just offer that as an example.
Yeah, he moving too. You doing too damn much.
Justin Johnson text, I was just chopping it up with Jook. My phone was in the car, babe, right?
Correct.
Alright. Chopping it up with Jook means what?
I'm assuming he's saying he's been talking to Jim.
Okay. Could chopping it up mean hanging out with somebody?
Generally means your conversation.
Talking.
And this was on July 31st, 2021, correct?
Correct.
Alright, and this is true and accurate from the downloads that you did from Justin's phone? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it, offer that into evidence there.
Any objection? This is,
Oh, he getting on my damn nerves. Lord, please.
testified that these are text messages from
Talking.
Justin Johnson.
Oh yeah, I ran into Gary. We was just chopping it up for a little bit. That's talking.
I'm unaware of who it is.
Timu what?
The thread, it seemed like it was a female. I'm not sure who she was.
It's a two-page document. Well, interview. What date did you say this was? You said July 31st.
If you got an iPhone, it's under the 3 dots.
We'll mark this as exhibit 28.
I took the other exhibits, so I'm guessing it's 28. Well, I'm just gonna publish it, so I'm gonna put it in the machine. May I publish this?
Okay. So on the laptop I can do it.
This is what we just talked about.
And my tablet I can do it.
My phone was in car, baby, right?
So here go my hearts right here. Y'all see them hearts? Y'all see them hearts? Them my hearts.
Okay. And that was,
Woo. That's my 100 right here. AunTeaFee be 100 with her facts.
that's it.
That's right. But send me the hearts.
I thought you made you.
Man, I'm sick of you. We can be on to something else. You dragging this out. You still trying to build or something.
Okay. Now I'm going to show, without tripping, the witness a 3-page text message chain, if you could, please.
Let's talk about the phone conversation. Y'all please get the likes up. I need 30 likes.
I don't remember these text messages, but they're in Justin's phone.
I'm not being aggressive, I'm just going to come up here since I don't have another copy. Alright, these are the text messages from August 25th of 2020.
He don't have a defense. He's stalling for real.
And Justin tells J-U-U, just pulled up onto PREMEDIATED, right?
That's what it says.
Okay, PREMEDIATED is the club that Jook owns, right?
And it's a the restaurant I think he owned with his mother.
Okay, but it's a CMG restaurant.
Yes.
Your restaurant.
Yo got his
The
mama.
restaurant that he owns with his mother.
Okay. And then the calls go on, not so much, but he's just talking about he's going out with Joke. I don't,
Attorney testifying or the witness testifying? No, he's not asking questions.
all right. This is a conversation between Justin Johnson and you.
Do you not have another copy with him?
I don't, because I gave my other color copy, so. Here. What's the next one? Let's go to the next page.
I mean, what is?
Are we introducing evidence? Is it already in evidence? Is it a question? Testifying about it, so it can't be entered in the evidence, I assume? But he's reading it, so the jury's.
This is crazy.
Text messages from Justin Johnson. He said he didn't necessarily remember the text messages themselves, but he knew that they were text messages from Justin Johnson.
Now you want his opinion.
So,
I'm looking to offer that into evidence, Your Honor.
okay. And so should be testifying about what's in the message.
And that's what I was doing. I just need you to enter it into evidence. I'm going to move into it, or if you want to go over what's.
I want you to go over what's in there.
Okay. So he's talking to Jew, maybe and it's not racial source, JUU is what it says.
So he don't even know what.
Explain what they say.
What does it
Read
say?
it and explain it.
All right,
Says,
read it.
I'm here to FW Jook. I ain't here to go out.
What does F, tell us what that means in
I would
English.
assume that means fuck with.
Okay, that means hang out with.
Yes.
Okay, what's the next text message say?
The next text message says, I ain't have on no club.
Okay, the next one.
Bring yo ass home.
Okay, go to the next one.
And then it's a response
Who is JT?
from
JGT?
Jew, which is need to take your ass home with 2 exclamations.
What does it have to do with anything? What are we doing?
This is a conversation between Justin Johnson and Jew about him being a prevent and not having the right clothes. He needs to go home.
Yeah, you can surmise that. It sounds like
I'll offer that into evidence, Your Honor.
On relevance.
Evidence of what? She looking at where?
Has anything to do with anything that we talked about.
Nothing.
He's spending time with Joe. The whole
But that doesn't have anything to do with
in this case.
the hit.
I didn't know that this was what we were talking about. You
Yeah.
said JUU.
That's to his girlfriend that he's hanging out with Joe on that date. That's what he says, I'm FW with Joe.
Nobody did say that he didn't know Juke before. We talking about the hit. They're not talking about the hit. That has not. Oh my God. No.
I don't know that. And see, part of the problem is that
You don't even know what.
the witness testified when he said that this text message on the beginning of the page 2, I'm here to FW do. I ain't here to go out. The witness testified, you asked, does that mean I'm here hanging out with you? And he said he could just mean I'm here to F with you, I think is what he said, or
And you didn't like his answer.
Yes, sir.
that's two separate things.
I mean, I'm misinterpreting what the slang means on there. My whole point is he's spending time with Joe on his own back in August. So if it's FW, if I'm mistaken about what it means, but just spending time with.
I don't necessarily.
That don't have nothing to do with the hit.
Okay. I don't either. That's why I asked the witness, and he said that's essentially.
Well, then why do you want to put it in evidence if you don't even know? No.
Yeah.
And that is next exhibit 29.
No. He clueless.
For the sake of everybody saying this, I'm just going to stop with the 10 seconds.
Thank you.
A couple more questions. We'll call it a day.
Yeah, because you don't even know what the text means. So how can you use it and you don't even know what it means? What?
In regards,
Oh,
we've already established the last time Justin talked or contacted Govan. We talked about 2 weeks all that stuff in a couple of days with regards to formulation. I already rehash that, but with specifically regards to Justin talking to Joe.
y'all hit the like button,
He did
please.
make a phone call to 60, correct?
I'd have to see it again.
Yeah, he trying to confuse the jury.
I highlighted before.
Nobody said that he didn't commit because they're not talking about the hit.
I just pulled the actual page.
They haven't even established the fact that these people knew each other and used to be cool.
Did you change the time frame or anything?
You need me to go handle that.
No, because it's in, sometimes people will take records, it appears to be on an Excel, and they'll actually roll them back themselves, so I was just making sure. It shows on 11/16/2021 at 17.
Y'all do know I could try this case, right?
15 hours. Looks like a 331 second outgoing call from Justin Johnson to Anthony Mims.
Right, and you did that much nicer on your slideshow. I just sort of went in and downloaded the actual VDR thing to show all the parts and lines. So Justin Johnson and Anthony Mims had a 6-minute call the day before the murder, but evening before the murder.
Well, it would have been, assuming that these haven't been rolled back, it would have been 12:37.
Okay. But there's no dispute based on yours. I don't know if it's UTC plus or minus 6. They communicated for 6 some odd minutes the day before the murder. 300 something seconds, you said.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And you're also aware that Justin sent a turkey emoji the night of the 16th. You're not aware of that?
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't, I'm just saying I'm not aware.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just...
Okay, is this something, did it not show up on his phone log that he, what? There were conversations that they made around that time, yeah. Didn't he say that earlier?
We could approach...
Whoever paid him, I mean, y'all could have paid me. We would have been done. Child, please.
Objection?
Is them archives? Them dang archives. Shit. Baby, we'd have been done. Cause it's some stuff they need to know. It ain't even came up yet. Cause he trying to trip them up, and hell, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know the lingo. Oh, go on. Oh my God. What? You trying too hard. You trying too hard to have something.
Okay, this
Right.
is a text from Justin Johnson to Jook.
Can you text about that, please?
Yeah, sure. Who are the texts from?
So it's from Justin Johnson to Anthony Mims.
And I know there's more than one text, but I'm concerned about the one I'm
I'm starting with the first one. It was on August 13th.
Oh my God.
At 12:56 a.m.
Would you look at it again? Are you sure it's on?
I would say I don't want to do this no more, Judge. I would leave.
Yeah, November 13th,
I don't want to do this no more.
12:56 a.m. And it says, bro, we got put the squeeze on Wicked. That video ain't really shit.
All right, and the next one, if you could say, that's the one I'm worried about.
Wicked
The
film.
The one from the 16th. If you could review that, please.
Okay. November 16th, 2021, 4:37. It's Justin Johnson sending looks like a turkey emoji to Anthony Memphis.
Right. And so that's the only page I would offer, and that looks like that came from Justin Johnson's phone based on the numbers, and that's Joe's number that it goes to, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He trying to say, well, what this mean though?
Just in a large version of that, Your Honor. So just the first page is all I'm looking to. No, just give her, I'll take it back, but we just did the first page.
Oh, he don't make he. Oh.
This is text messages from just.
My greatest fear is we are parted for unimaginable reasons, by space and time. Where am I?
Second message on the page is
He trying too hard, y'all.
Could I publish that?
He's trying to set it up to be able to come back on an appeal. Cause right now, this stuff right here, they haven't even established the date of when they started talking about the hit. So there is nowhere that they say that before the hit that they were not cool or they didn't communicate with Juke.
The day before the murder.
Cornelius said
Okay, thank you.
it was Juke. I mean, it was not Juke who
So we've gone through.
was the mastermind. It was QUETTE, and that is true for Cornelius.
With regards to Joe, did you all ever try to interview Joe?
Yes.
When did you try to do that?
More than once.
When we executed a search warrant on his phone
Right.
when he was at the airport.
Okay. It wasn't annotated that you had talked to anyone in the police force.
Yeah, old boy said that he was detained at the airport.
I can tell you that they asked him, wanted to talk. Obviously, he said he nothing to talk.
Okay, and did we do anything else after that?
We wrote a search warrant, we did the phone extract.
So the suspect that Mr. Cornelius said may have paid for his legal fees, all this other testimony we've heard, you went, even though the lead detective didn't know, you specifically went to talk to him and he said, no, I don't want to make a statement, that's his Fifth Amendment right.
Yeah, we executed a search warrant at the airport. I forget who it was, but one of somebody, either Brian or someone communicated with him and said, hey, come talk. We knew what his response was going to be, and we knew what attorney he was going to tell us talk.
Okay. I get all that. Do defendants occasionally exercise their Fifth Amendment rights and keep their mouth shut? 100%. So you don't quit on the investigation just because they won't talk to you. You continue, right? 100%. And in this case, Cornelius is giving you specifics about what Jerk did. You've got text messages from Justin Johnson about what Jerk did. But there was no follow-up, not being mean or anything else. That whoever went to the airport, that was it with regards to Jerk.
I don't need to make the decisions on what happens to him.
I'm not asking you to make the decision, I'm saying that was it. There's nothing else with regards to Jerk.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff, and that's what we were doing.
He ain't gonna tell you about another case that they was working on, sir. You want more details about what else they had going on. You said no one ever talked to Juke. We said your dumbass client was a snitch. All he did was talk. See the difference? Manny man. He like hearing himself talk. He couldn't shut up. Yeah, he is trying to confuse and he's mixing up, but it still doesn't erase the fact of what Cornelius said, because these people that he's talking about are different people. Hell, he mixed up the, yeah, so, I mean, this don't have anything to do with what Cornelius said. He can only speak about what happened once he was invited in by QUETTE. That's why he had his mask on, because he said he wasn't a part of what they had going on. And he didn't want nobody to think that he was a part of that. So whatever was discussed and whatever they had going on before him, he don't know nothing about it. So again, I said before, without knowing the details, it was probably Teasy, but Teasy fell off for a reason. Why? Did somebody in his family get hit? Did somebody get hurt? What? Because Teasy was a part of it, and then he fell off. And then they needed another person, and QUETTE found Cornelius. I mean, it's just simple to me. Hey, hello, BCZ. But QUETTE had a bunch of stuff suppressed, so they're not even really mentioning Trula. I saw it on the phone log. I saw Trula, but won't nobody know what that is if they're not familiar with Trula Mafia. But if I was him, since I don't know nothing about the suppression, unless they told him, I would be done said, man, come on. QUETTE was over True Mafia. Justin, Joshua, Bobby, Kamisha, J Money, D Money, all of them. Moneybag, some of PRE, all of them was Trula. That's how they know each other. They fell out over somebody getting killed, and you know, getting signed. So there we have it. But the jury don't know nothing about that. So he's trying to move around what he suppressed and trying to force it out. You can't do that. If you want it to come out, unsuppress the shit you suppressed, and let's talk about it. He done irritated AunTeaFee. Now, this is crazy. But yes, I peep everything that he's trying to do. I get it. And T-Sippers, you should too, because we know the facts. This is why, y'all. This is why I do not entertain fake narratives. I'm not removing the facts for fake narratives. You understand? This is why, because when push comes to shove, I need to stand on facts instead of bullcrap. You can't confuse me with this shit. I know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, but I don't like the fact that he tried to just make Duke be stupid Duke. Like he the only Duke in Memphis. Shout out to you for saying no. It's a whole bunch of people that use Duke. It don't say stupid Duke. But once he said mob shad or shard or whatever they call him, it's like, hi Clinton Rogers. Ooh. I see what you doing. Ooh, I mean, I'm glad he put it on out there.
Don't talk about any of the testimony. And we'll be back
No
in the morning
disrespect, but
time.
what do you
We'll
think
also,
the outcome would be?
so
Guilty. Yeah, but they won't quit. They won't quit out of here. They want plus size better. They want him out. Let me tell you how I know. That's why his face all swelled up. That's why he kept denying his plea. See, what trial is this? The second trial for the murder of Young Dolph, rapper Young Dolph. So plus size Betty. This time,
Sorry, can we speak to witness?
say again.
Could we speak to witness at this point?
can we excuse the witness?
Are you trying to clarify something?
Yes, I'm trying to clarify something.
Okay. We're still in session.
Robert, we're in session.
He want to excuse the witness.
We're trying to clarify.
How you gonna clarify something that the witness said when the witness not there?
Pam is Rashad Hill's brother?
Oh, shot.
No. Okay. Here, the one thing with minute, I'm trying to look for that one. I know we mentioned it, but I don't know if you did that. So here, we're gonna get the one with the brother.
He trying to get some people killed, y'all. I hate to say this.
So here is number 30, the original, it's the turkey one.
One of the first couple of ones.
This is 29, if you look at it and see if I missed something. I see it down here. I'll take those back, so I'll place them. It is on
Hold on.
27. It is a text from Kazaritsky to Justin Jellison on July 28th. Route there now, I think Shad know where that hoe at. I see him over there before, I think. That's where,
And that's Rashad Hill.
is that Shad or Rashad Hill? Or you know?
I know that Rashad is referenced throughout the phone amongst Justin Johnson and his associates. When they say Shad, they were referring to Rashad Hill.
That's what you testified to originally.
There's no text message to Shad or Rashad Hill. This is just saying who's there when they're talking about cheating somebody. Or, I'm not sure.
But why would he want to excuse him?
This is a reference to Rashad.
We think.
Well, you brought him up.
But it's based on his familiarity with these records, that this is, they're referring to Rashad, and they're calling him Rashad or Shan. I don't know how what you're trying to enter into evidence now is relevant to this, because this doesn't, go ahead, I mean,
Can I see that? Well, there's so many that we are getting copies of, so.
and I don't call any other testimony, I won't say reference, but I won't call any other testimony regarding Rashad Hill.
Yeah, I think so. So Rashad. Okay, she's saying Rashad, not Shad, not Shad, not Mob Shad. This the Hill guy. I said, and y'all remember when I was saying who else last name Hill? His name is Rashad Hill.
Like I said, I'm here, so. However many days you need me, I'm good.
Okay, so not Shad, not Mob Shad. He that guy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, cause I remember saying Hill. Who else last name is Hill?
Defense has made the argument, for these to be evidence, this particular text message to be evidence to show that there was maybe a separate conspiracy, but this had nothing to do with Hernandez Govan. This text message, references a shot, that Sergeant Brown has testified he believes to be Rashad Hill. The state would assert that there are messages, or at least communication between Rashad Hill and Hernandez Govan at the same time that all of this is going on the same day. I think that that puts Govan right back in the middle of association with them, not just a separate conspiracy going on, but all of this is mixed on.
How do you know that plus size better? He could be related to the Hills at the cookie spot. We don't know that just yet. Unless you have proof that you can send me.
I don't even know what it is that we're objecting to. I mean, the text message just says shots there. If that opens up the door, then everything comes in, as far as that goes. He's talking to somebody else about a PRE.
Who is he?
Justin Johnson is talking to somebody else about a PRE member. PRE member says shot there.
What PRE member?
So I don't know how that opens.
What PRE member? Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't. Okay, I thought you was making a statement. I didn't. You did that with Duke, and you didn't know what Duke.
Do you have anything further? Several of these text messages reference several different people. They do. That was his point. They reference several different people.
But we don't know who they are referencing.
Your argument would be a lot more cogent if those messages or some messages had been from Justin Johnson to Shad or Rashad.
I know who she's talking about. She's talking about Jason Hill, who had his baby in his arm with him at the mall. The baby lived and he died. I know exactly who she's talking about. But that wasn't the Hill I was talking about when I asked who else last name is Hill. His mom came out a long time ago and said that she is not. Now he was tied to a gang. And I only know that because of the list when the feds went through Pushaisti's emails and stuff, and the list of gang members and stuff. That's only how I know he was gang related. But people was trying to say that he was related to the Cookie people, and his mom came out at some point and dismissed that. But so that wasn't the Hill. So when I'm mentioning Hill, I'm not referencing him.
You probably need to have your witnesses here by 10:30, 11, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna have some other folks
I thought they showed him fighting somebody at the mall. I mean, So yeah, I know exactly who she's talking about. Jason Hill. The baby lived, he died.
When
Yeah, I was, yeah.
It looks like things are going a lot quicker than we expected in senior car.
All right, otherwise, if it doesn't, just give me a second on text and we'll get it going.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, see, that's why I say I can't take him off.
Right, let's talk about.
I can't take old boy off the table because he's associated with walk down gang. I've been saying that, and straight drop is associated with walk down gang. I'm not saying he did nothing. I'm just saying because of his association, I can't take him off the table until all of the facts come out.
That still would hopefully get us to mid-afternoon.
Right, we'll finish before 5, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And so I am working on a jury charge. I will email that.
This man don't have nothing.
So those things that I'm including in, I'll give you an opportunity to, we'll discuss that on the record. You'll ask for making motions of anything you want added or something you think is not appropriate.
He don't understand that a lot of people have some part of the same name. It's like Jizzle. You can't say Jizzle and think it's just one Jizzle. You can't.
Extremely early, you probably won't, but go ahead and be working on it, because if we got time, you know, okay? Sounds fair. Anything else?
There you go.
Yeah, you have nothing. You need to stop taking out of town lawsuits.
Until tomorrow at 9 a.m. 9:30 a.m.
Yeah, he needs to stop taking out of state. I mean, he don't know the people. He don't know the language. He don't know the gang. He don't know nothing. And all he doing is taking the work. All of these MF should have been brought in for questioning. Who names was in the message? Yeah, but see, it's just like you can't do that. Let me tell you why. Because just the name, no. Because see, that was part of the man's name. And because he let me tell you what he did. Let me tell you what he did. Let me tell you exactly what he did. Hold on, let me cut this off. Now, based on how he played that game, okay, and I'm going to call it a game, and it was intentional. Now, why it was intentional right now, I'm gonna put baby boy up here. Dang, I wish I had a better picture of you. Oh, it wasn't so up close because they played with him, and so yeah. So what they did, what QUETTE did on the cool, what he did on the cool, is that he's trying to incriminate Young Mob. Okay? He's trying to expose Young Bob. Now, why? I don't know. So, when he saw the name Duke with Straight Drop, who was talking to Teasy, and Ham said something about Duke, he said Shad. And so he brought up Duke, and then Manny said, that's stupid Duke. And old boy said, I can't say that. It's more than one Duke. Okay, it didn't say stupid Duke. So I can't say that, right? So now you coming back and you're saying Shad or Shard. So he says Shad because he implemented stupid Duke, right? So of course when you implement stupid Duke and he's saying Shard or Shad, right? We're going to immediately put that shard in a shad with Stupid Duke, and we're going to come up with Young Mob. So now, instead of referencing, because it said shard, but on the paperwork, when it was showing the people's names, it said Rushard Hill, right? So now he left Shard and Stupid Duke out there. And it didn't say Stupid. It just said Duke. And it didn't say Mob Shad or Shard. It just says Shard. But if you about that life out there, and oh boy, and them talking about, you know, doing whatever they doing, you're gonna make that be Young Mob, who's already up for RICO. And now it's coming back that that's a Rushard Hill. Well, who is Rushard Hill? Let's dissect Rushard Hill. Who is he? Who he with? Because you just tried to implement Young Mob as if Young Mob or Rashad or Shad. Ham says Shad. I seen him at the house. Yeah, he throwing people out there like that to implement somebody else without proof of who he really talking about. And Manny don't know these people. He just going off of what QUETTE said. But what does that have to do with the hit on Dolph? Yeah, they had beef. Yeah, they had been spinning and going at it. However, that don't mean that text right there was about what you trying to imply. And who you saying it is, you don't even know if that's who that is, because now they're saying it's a Rashad Hill. So why did you implement Young Mob? By way of saying Duke was Stupid Duke and Shad was who? Yeah, so I don't like the games that he playing with other people's lives. And if he knew how dangerous it was in Memphis, he shouldn't do that. Not like that. A lot of these people have some of the same damn names, are real close. And that's why I gave an example of Jizzle. Fast Cash Jizzle. CEO Jizzle. It's other Jizzles. E Jizzle. They did when he was trying to implement it or put it as evidence, because him putting it in evidence is setting up for an appeal, because it really has no relevance. And you just made an assumption. But even let's just say it was, then what does that have to do with Dolph assassination? Now, what they should have objected to was the time stamps and reference the emails or the text messages, when not them being cool or interacting before the dollar amount of the bag was actually put out before Cornelius, because we're going off of the testimony of Cornelius, and Cornelius was not a part of what was going on before QUETTE introduced them. So for him to be putting emphasis of references to they was communicating before without quit, that had those emails are not relevant. They're not relevant to what the testimony was, because again, Cornelius said he was not a part of that gang, a group, or whatever they had going on. He don't know nothing about that. That was before him. And if it was not for Quet, I wouldn't know him. I wouldn't know Justin Johnson. So for them to be using those text messages early in July, right? When the hit or the meeting or whatever at Privé happened, that was before Cornelius. Cornelius wasn't brought on in the beginning. So Cornelius never said that they was or were not communicating before him. He said he don't know because he don't know them. Only way he know them is through Quet. Quet is the one on trial. Teasy not on trial. Straight Drop not on trial. I can only speak from when I was pulled in. And by the records, Cornelius did not pop in on either one of they on Straight Drops until the 4th, the first week of November, and the communication started. I can't remember what it said about let's see, Quet, because he said he had just met him not long before. So when Manny was say months before, 3 or 4 months before, he said, "No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that." Yeah, because he's trying to implement him back in July. Cornelius wasn't there in July. Hold on. Dang, I got the no Bob. Man, I need to stop doing that. Hold on, let me show y'all. I got that I got that red ball on. Let me see if I can explain to y'all what I'm talking about. Yeah, because he trying real hard. He trying to chop him up. Hold on, y'all. How long I've been on here? I need 10 likes, y'all. I need 10 likes if y'all finna work me like this. Hold on.
You to get cigarettes?
I need 10 likes, a super chat, super stick, or something. Let me double check.
Okay, well, if you don't remember, you just mentioned a gas station or something, but a convenience store can be a gas station.
That was once we lived on Farmers. You left.
Yeah, he tried it. Look at here, Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong phone. Woo, I was grabbing the wrong phone. Look at here. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe. Where you at? Right here. You tried it. You tried it. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Tashawn, did I speak to everybody? My majority of the players are dead. Victoria, hold on. That's why that guy on the stand looking like, yeah, he looking like, okay, oh, okay. Like what? Yeah, what? Hold on, let me. That's exactly why he looking at him like that. I'm trying to see when they implemented the phone records. I thought it was, I didn't think it was this far down. Was it with Dabney? Why are you doing that? Stop leaking. Oh, Lord. Do y'all remember when he... Hold on, let me find it. Y'all, I need 5 likes. You come up with the best name. Woo! Where is the phone? Hold on.
It just takes a while with the shitty Wi-Fi here to get it to you.
Real. Maybe 2 other individuals, one facing here, and see an individual in the rear with the mask on.
I told y'all Teasy was one of them.
It's relevant.
Where did the... I thought it came in with that...
Ordered, adjudged, and decreed.
Okay, here go the phone stuff.
13 months.
Downloaded the seconds of the call start immediately, right?
Dang, where is this phone? Was that was before lunch?
We estimate the coverage of a tower by...
Let's start here and see if it... Thank you, plus size, baby. Thank you.
An estimate, because the cell signals are actually going to overlap.
So
it can provide the best coverage.
Let's see,
It's not
because...
going to be a 50-50. So the coverage would be but from the one cell tower to the next, and then that distance multiplied by 0.6.
I don't want to do too much math, that's why I became a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
But again, that's if that tower has space on it, otherwise it could be kicked out further.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to when they started showing, so I could show y'all exactly.
Do you recall how many towers were in the Orange Mound area?
I do not recall.
Okay.
When I mapped out the T-Mobile records, I did a 10-mile radius, and just to show how many T-Mobile towers were in a 10-mile radius from an address, and I think it's 553 T-Mobile towers.
Let me try to... I'm trying to bring it over here.
You would have more towers for AT&T or Sprint and other stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, the only location stuff that they were asked you to do was 1625 and 6236, just in the formulas. And nothing about bars over pressure wood.
No, sir.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
He better blow our wigs off, baby, with pressure world when he brings old boy up to the stand. You hear me?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's lunchtime.
Oh, well, no. Hold on.
And you extracted data from...
Should we do like 18A, 18B, C, D? Because also on the flash drive are extractions for the numbers that we intend to introduce, but would only be introduced through this witness conduct. How good is this to do that? Court work really been really
Hold on, y'all. Let me get there.
Thinking about getting a contact below. You need to hear this first. So I almost made the dumbest mistake of my life.
That are already stipulated as evidence, and some of them have a phone number. One is already admitted into evidence.
I'm gonna do it over here.
And so that's the business across the street. You familiar with that at all? You seen it?
Yes, store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is that the store you guys went to get cigarettes? Okay. Well, if you don't remember, you just mentioned the gas.
Oh, you've been trying to force people to say shit all damn day. I thought it was before Dabney. Does anybody remember when they showed them phone records? Was that after lunch? It must have been after lunch. Yeah, it was after lunch. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, it was, but he brought it. The investigator did it. Okay.
My team was tasked sometime, some of my team was tasked sometime in December when it was revealed. December 21, that there was more than just a simple murder. It kind of turned into more of a conspiracy.
Okay, hold on.
We started working in conspiracy and the investigation. It's called detailed records, phones, interviews. It could be all kinds of that.
Specifically, did you become involved in the investigation of Mr. Hernandez Govan?
I did.
And what did you do as a result of the investigation? Did you do anything separate from the general investigation?
So he's about to introduce the phone records. And then we'll be able to see this Shad. Rashad Hill is not Mob Shad.
And did you analyze those records?
We did.
And what did you do to analyze?
I use a software called Penlink or PLX, which just makes it easier, one, to create reports and then analyze the records.
But Manny couldn't touch. You see, he didn't touch the phones. You see, he didn't touch that. He went to text messages and started making it people who may or may not be that person.
Justin Johnson has like his email address, which has maybe a partial of his name. So essentially, it just shows the things that are associated with that cellular device.
Also, for the benefit of our jurors, they will have access to this copy form. And this is Justin Johnson's number in 901-236-1625.
Okay, so they just give out your number. Yep. You involved in the murder.
Yeah, so this is going to be same information but it's for another device, which is last used number for that phone was 901-513-6236. Correct. And then this cellular device is one that belongs to Angela Arnold for the number of 901-370-0185.
He done got his baby mama or girlfriend into a whole heap of something. So July 27th.
That's correct.
So before July 2027.
For us, we found that was significant.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Can y'all hear him? Let me take this down. July 2027. Okay? So what he was showing before July 2027 don't have no relevance to what Cornelius' testimony brought. Okay?
Again, from the interview with Angela Arnold, or no, actually Cornelius Smith, I'm sorry.
Right, with Cornelius.
So on the 27th, you have essentially, we take the call detail records in the software.
Can y'all hear?
Create a hot number list.
Am I good?
So a hot number list would be, if you're looking at your phone, for me it'd be, my girlfriend or my mom or my dad. That'd probably be your typical top 5 callers. It can vary, but it's just showing your top callers and down.
And this is for a particular day.
Yes, so I've filtered it for that actual day, so it's not the totality of the records, it's just for that day. And this telephone number belongs to Justin Johnson, which is 901-236-1625. And then as you see, when we look at the records, his top caller is going to be a number that belongs to Hernandez Govan and shows like 24 communications. The next number is going to be for Anthony Mims, and his telephone number is 901-692-2767.
Now, why on July the 27th did, ooh, Lord, did I just see this? Why does Big Juke have 20 contacts to 201 Popular? Am I seeing that right? This is Juke. He got 20 contacts. Yeah, why does he have 20 contacts? To 201 Popular. Well, I don't like a man because he don't know the lingo pressure. And yeah, he adding people's names and don't have they full name and getting people tripped up. Anybody Duke gotta be stupid Duke, and Shad, you trying to imply that it's mob Shad. So you are trying to link Young Mob. And it may be, but it didn't say stupid Duke, and it didn't say Mob Shad, although I, kind of wish it did. But once they actually said the name, I'm going to show you that that's not him. But now that we are looking, why Big Juke got 20 calls to 201 Popular? That's interesting to me, but let's go. Because you got somebody that worked there? Let's go.
And as you can see, Hernandez Govan on that day, again, filtered for 27 is around the 8th or 9th call. So it's
7 contacts.
communications. So the significance for this is that on July 27, 2021, we look at Justin Johnson's cellular
What
device.
cookie place?
You find Hernandez Govan's telephone number, as you say, it's labeled Big Bro
Is that
QUETTE, and that was an incoming text message to Justin Johnson, and it's just an address of.
My Ali, you need to support the platform because you asking questions that you should know, and because you don't know and you asking questions, I need for you to send a super chat or a super sticker. I need for you to support the platform respectfully, okay? If that's okay. What is 201 Popular? That's what I'm talking about. So put your questions on a super chat or a super sticker. That way you can support the platform. And yeah, I need for you to support the platform. I understand that you're new here and you want to get caught up. However, send a super chat or a super sticker. It is that $sign down there. If you click that box on, it will say super chat, and put it on a super chat. Okay? Thank you. Y'all don't answer those questions. Let me answer them.
4641 Bowenshire, which is still Smoke in Memphis. It's a shop owned by Anthony Mims and his business partner, Mr. Lammer. Can you go back? I apologize. And just to note that that time was like 1937-21. And it shows significance because he's getting the text from Govan. And then on the next slide, you'll see Justin Johnson actually sends an outgoing iMessage to.
And see, that was also another thing, because see, Cornelius never implied that Straight Drop didn't communicate with Big Juke. The majority of the contact was with Govan, but again, Cornelius said he didn't know. He didn't know because he was not a part of whatever they had going on. Once he got brought in, it was by way of QUETTE. And what he said was true. Let's go.
He just says he's talking to Juke, indicating that.
But you see, Manny has left that. He has, so once that proof was out there, now he's focusing on them communicating without QUETTE. Well, he never said they didn't communicate without QUETTE. He said he didn't know because he wasn't a part of that crew and he didn't know what they had going on. He said he knew that they were already talking about it. It was already in motion before he came along. So he's not saying that QUETTE was the driving force with Straight Drop and them other people. He's saying that once he got on, he put them two together, right? And he was the driving force once he got on. Yeah. And that's where old Manny got it mixed up at. That's the maybe what he's trying to do. But Cornelius said he didn't know nothing about that.
Maybe he's at the smoke shop and he's talking to Juke.
Yeah, he is, but he's doing it with people that has nothing to do with Cornelius, and Cornelius was the star witness. So what he's bringing up now has nothing to do. That's why the judge and that lady said this don't have nothing to do with. It don't have nothing to do with it. It don't have nothing to do with what they are talking about right now. It don't have nothing to do with it. Nothing.
And then you see at 21:08, 43 hours, Anthony Mims creates a phone contact for Justin Johnson, and that contact he labeled as Drop, which is an alias. It's short alias of what we know Justin Johnson to be, just like a short.
So right here, as far as so that's why he went past. That's why he went back to the first part of July, because he made it clear right here as of July the 27th, because this is around the time frame that Cornelius was being brought into it. That's who was testifying. He's the star witness. So, oh boy, went back further. But it was evident here that Straight Drop and Juke were interacting without QUETTE. So that was never a factor. It's when Cornelius came into play.
As we know Juke to be, he usually goes by Big Juke or Juke, and then we've heard referred to Drop, or his actual name that he uses is Straight Drop on YouTube and things like that.
So when you say he created a contact, he was putting the phone number into this phone.
Right, he created that contact to be at 7/27/2021, 9/8:47 p.m. He creates that contact, and then as you see, 21:08, 49 hours. Justin Johnson creates a contact for Anthony Mims' telephone number and labels it Juke, which is the alias. So both these individuals in relatively in the same time frame created contacts for each other.
I just don't like that Quet is trying to implement other people on partial names, and he don't know for. I mean, he may know for sure because he was
So
part
this
of
is the following
orchestrating
page,
it.
Slide 28. So after that,
Mm-mm.
and as you see here, so Justin Johnson, his cellular device shows an outgoing, so it's an iMessage to Jermaine Sears with the address of 3641 Allendale Lane. And then that same day at 17:24 hours, we had an incident at the, it was called the Double R Auto Services, and it's at 821 South Highland Street. And two victims that just worked at the shop state that a tan BMW is being chased by a burgundy Dodge Charger. Three males get out of the Charger and start firing upon an unknown male and a female who remained in the car. The unknown male in the BMW fled. We were able to later identify that to be one Terrence Baker, his apprentice that hit on the car, but he never filed a police report.
Aggravated
Or
assault.
communicate with officers about the incident at all.
So the victim was Terrence Baker?
Correct. He just wouldn't communicate with us.
Paper I woo.
And as you see here, the 17:24 hours, that address, the address at the shop, the 820, what is it, 821 or 823
South Highland? I think 8.
Hey, Orange Mountain native.
It's about, it's approximately,
Stay safe and solid out there.
I can't read because it's kind of far, 0.49 miles away, so it's not that far away.
You talking about this address here, the 30?
So that address is actually 3645 Allendale. He sent a different address. If you go to the next slide.
Oh, before we go to the next slide, you indicated that the victim of the shooting was Terrence Baker. Does he go by any other name?
Yes, he goes by Woo, or paper route Woo.
And as part of your investigation, you determined him to be a artist on
Yes,
PRE.
he's an artist. He's an artist on PRE. As you see, so here is the actual address, the 3645 Allendale, and the address that Justin sent was right next door. So it was actually 3641, so he just had the address wrong. Here's so later that day, 18:04 hours, Mississippi finds the Dodge Charger. Witnesses on the scene say they see three males jump out and run. The vehicle was stolen. They then processed that vehicle.
Okay, there it go right here.
Came back with some.
Okay. So what brought us here, back here? Who is? Oh, that's JoJo Splat down here. Hold on. Yeah, I had to get up and get personal. I needed to look at the pictures and make sure that that wasn't Mob Shad. So that Shad, the guy said Shad, and the detective said Shard, cause the Duke name was up there, so he was affiliating Shard with Young Mob, but his name is Rashad, or whatever Hill. So that's why when I saw that, I said, who else last name is Hill? So I saw this. So once the confusion came into play, that's when I said, no, he's talking about that Rashad Hill. Because there goes Straight Drop. That's him. And he was communicated with some dude named Ham. And Ham was giving the low on someone pertaining Dolph. But because there go JoJo Splat. There go JoJo Splat. So JoJo Splat was involved in this stuff early on. That's why when he got locked up in the beginning, he was crying like a baby. Let my friend go. Let my friend go. I mean, like, well, damn, is he your friend, your boyfriend? What is he? What? Latest impression of cards marked. So what was this? So he was one of the ones that was shooting at Big Moochie Gray. I mean, at Paper Route Woo. These are the three that hopped out of the car that was shooting at Paper Route Woo. And that is JoJo Splat. I don't know who he is. I got a whole bunch of archives on JoJo Splat. Cause, hey, D. Ferguson, cause he used to be with CEO Bobby. And remember yesterday, it was brought to my attention about a reminder about CEO Bobby, because I was confused about Bobby stayed on the same street of QUETTE. Then I remembered that CEO Bobby. So then I got a little confused. Is CEO Bobby? What we doing? Who was Bobby Carter? So it's my understanding that he was related to QUETTE, but he is no longer. He somehow had an overdose. Now I don't know if it was bad, I don't know if he got the pill from his kinfolk on the same street. I don't know. That told Cornelius not to trust him. I don't know where he got what he got from. But Bobby Carter's no longer here. And yes, indeed, down the street, a block over, I think they said, CEO Bobby, who used to be tough and heavy with JoJo Splat, his mama's house, got shot up and sprayed up. And I showed y'all that old video last night. Okay? So let's listen.
MEMPHIS hit, so the fingerprint, when they dusted the vehicle, they had prints come back as to be for Justin Johnson, Rashad Hill, and KVS Wesley. 21 South Highland Street, Anthony Mims and his business partner, Mr. Lambert. Can you go back? I apologize. And just to note, that time of 1937-21, and it shows significance because he's getting the text from Govan, and then on the next slide you'll see Justin Johnson actually sends an outgoing iMessage to an individual we identified as Harry Lockhart, and he just says he's talking to Chuck, indicating.
And this is Ham. That's Ham. So Ham is who that message that they was talking about had reached out to Rashad Hill. Let me go back. Hold on.
6236. For Anthony Mims, and his telephone number is 901-692-2767. And as you can see, Hernandez Govan on that day, again filtered for the 27th, is around the 8th or 9th call. So it's seven communications. So the significance for this is that on July 27, 2021, we look at Justin Johnson's cellular device. We find Hernandez Govan's telephone number. As you say, it's labeled Big Bruh QUETTE. and that was an incoming text message to Justin Johnson, and it's just an address of 4641 Bowenshire, which is still smoking Memphis. It's a shop owned by Anthony Mims and his business partner, Mr. Lambert. Can you go back? I apologize. And just to note, that time was 1937-21. And it shows significance because he's getting the text from Govan, and then on the next slide you'll see Justin Johnson actually sends an outgoing iMessage to an individual we identified as Harry Lockhart, and he just says he's talking to Joe, indicating that maybe he's at the smoke shop and he's talking to Joe. And then you see at 21:08, 43 hours, Anthony Mims creates a phone contact for Justin Johnson, and that contact he labeled as Drop, which is an alias. It's short alias of what we know Justin Johnson to be. Just like a short alias we know Jook to be. He usually goes by Big Jook or Jook, and then we've heard referred to Drop, or his actual name that he uses is Straight Drop on YouTube and things like that.
So when you say he created a contact, he was putting the phone number into this phone.
Right, he created that contact to be at 7/27/2021, 9/8/47 p.m. He creates that contact. And then,
So he wasn't saved in his phone before then.
as you see, 21:08, 49 hours, Justin Johnson creates a contact for Anthony Mims' telephone number and labels it Jook, which is the alias. So both these individuals in relatively in the same time frame created contacts for each other. Again, indicating that they're probably within communication distance or in the same vicinity. So this is the following day, July 28th. So after that, and as you see here, so Justin Johnson, his cellular device shows an outgoing, so it's an iMessage to Jermaine Sears with the address of 3641 Allendale Lane. And then that same day at 17:24 hours, we have an incident at the, it was called the Double R.
Looks great.
Auto Service, and it's at 821 South Highland Street. And the two victims that just worked at the shop state that a tan BMW is being chased by a burgundy Dodge Charger. Three males get out of the Charger and start firing upon an unknown male and a female who remained in the car. The unknown male in the BMW fled. We were able to later identify that to be one Terrence Baker, his prints that hit on the car, but he never filed a police report or would communicate with officers about the incident at all.
So the victim was Terrence Baker?
Correct. He just wouldn't communicate with us or anyone. And as you see here, the 17:24 hours, that address, the address at the shop, the 820, what is it, 821 or 823 South Highland?
Like
8:33?
It's about, it's approximately, I have it on there, I can't read it because it's kind of far, 0.49 miles away, so it's not that far away.
You're talking about this address here, the 30.
So that address is actually 3645 Allendale. He sent a different address. If you go to the next slide.
Oh, before we go to the next slide, you indicated that the victim of the shooting was Terrence Baker.
Correct.
Does he go by any other name?
Yes, he goes by Woo, or Paper Route Woo.
And as part of your investigation, did you determine him to be a artist on
Yes,
PRE?
he's an artist. Sorry, he's an artist on PRE. As you see, so here is the actual address, the 3645 Allendale. And And the address that Justin sent was right next door. So it was actually.
I've seen videos at this house.
Have the address wrong.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Here's so later that day, 1804 hours, Mississippi finds the Dodge Charger. Witnesses on the scene say they see 3 males jump out and run. The vehicle was stolen.
Left the door open.
They then processed that vehicle, which came back with an APHIS hit. So the fingerprint, when they dusted the vehicle, they had prints come back as to be for Justin Johnson, Rashad Hill, and Cavius Wesley. And then also they located a spent .40 caliber cartridge casing on the driver's side floorboard, and that spent cartridge casing showed to correlate with the cartridge casing found on the scene at the Double R shop over on South Highland Street. And then this is August 13th, so we get to this date from, again, Cornelius's interview.
See how he make reference to it being Cornelius' interview.
859-1460, a number that belongs to Govan, had 12 communications with Justin Johnson on that day. It was his top caller.
Before we get there, go back just a bit. So we mentioned Cornelius. Do you know when Mr. Govan or Justin Johnson or Duke's number appeared with Cornelius? You guys asked the same information.
So they made it clear with the questioning, when did Cornelius appear?
Just because, we get records for a certain amount of time, so I wouldn't be able to determine. I would be able to say a date just based off records we have, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't communicating prior to that.
If you can, the records that you have, when is the first time that you see any of the individuals appear in Cornelius' phone?
I don't know. I don't have that, to be honest with you. So again, for this, it's the communications for Justin Johnson, and it's going to be on August 13th, 2021. And as you can see here for Justin, he's got 12 communications with Hernandez Govan. This is top caller.
Top caller.
This is going to be the same, so another hot number list for Cornelius Smith. Now, the number is different because he had this telephone number, same device, but different telephone number, which is 901-479-37.
See, y'all, this is why that didn't make sense to me, what Manny did. Because here we are in August, and he's going to make mention that Straight Drop had some communication with Straight Drop and Big Juke. It was never as if they didn't. It's just that Cornelius could not validate it because he didn't know what type of communication they had before he was brought on. So it's like, well, what are you doing? Nobody said that they didn't interact without QUETTE before. What he said was once he was brought on, he was the mastermind.
This device, it showed that number was last used in September, so that means probably sometime he changes over to the number you saw earlier. And on that hot number list, you see Bobby Carter has 33 communications, which is about his third caller. And then Devin Burns.
There go that Trula again.
Sixth caller. And then you have Hernandez Govan with 8 communications, about his 10th caller.
Let's see, his first one is Angela.
Correct.
So y'all remember when Devin Burns and CEO Teasy were people of interest? They had $2,000 a reward just to talk. Not for the arrest of them, just for questioning. And Teasy baby mama butt dialed the police. They was getting into it or what have you, and she butt dialed, probably collected that money, and he went in there 24 hours. And Burns went up shooting up Tia Mims' PPP tax office, shot it up with people in there, and then he got arrested right after his birthday with orange hair. Y'all remember that? So that's Burns, and you know Teasy came up today. Let's go.
And then on this one we have Anthony Minton's hot number list, and again, it's filtered for just the 13th. And as you can see here, Govan's number 4. I think that's 4 communications. He's actually 10, maybe 9 callers down, as you can see, you have a bunch of unknown. And then you have number 2 callers, just a list of numbers. That's usually just information getting from the cell phone company and other things, and other traffic, the actual numbers. He's about 109. And then on August 13th, at 13:45 hours, we have the 911 call where Terrence Baker's cellular device calls and says that he's at Allendale being shot at and he's hiding. They asked for his name, he refused to give it. He just told them to hurry up, they're coming after him.
I wonder was that day he sat there with that gun saying
With
the door's open.
With Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, and then the other individuals, Anthony Mims, Hernandez Govan, and any variation of their other numbers at that time. So as you can see, it's represented in color. Is essentially the light pink is going to be Hernandez Govan, the blue is Anthony Mims, and then on the left it's, see, I think I've got Justin Johnson is yellow, and then Cornelius Smith is green, just to kind of, so you can see the kind of the flow of things. And so essentially on November 2nd, we had Justin Johnson had 7 communications with the cellular device that belongs to Govan, and then he had 4 communications.
And I'm sorry, are these in chronological order on the date?
Correct.
So Justin communicated with Hernandez Govan, then you communicated with Anthony Mims, then you communicated with Govan again, then you communicated with...
So right there, so what was Manny doing? What was the stunt he pulled at the end of the day? Because nobody implied that Straight Drop didn't communicate with Big Juke or QUETTE. He didn't. No one implied that. And if he was paying attention, it came out before he went up there and did that stupid song and dance. I mean, so if somebody think that he moved steps forward, I don't see it. I don't see it, because he was clear. I don't think that he liked that the detective. That's why he didn't want the guy there. You understand? That's why he said, can the witness leave? Why? Why you want the witness to leave? What? You over here asking him what this, that, and the other mean, but you want him to leave. Why? Because he know these people and he won't let you just make up some shit and put jackets on people like that. And it's more than one Duke. There's more than one Rashad that go by Shad? I mean, what? What? He had it pent up pretty and cute. And you are dissecting some emails, some text messages that's showing that they had communicated without QUETTE. Okay, but what does that have to do with the star witness testimony? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
And then essentially this is just those call detail records, but the actual call detail records, it's got like service codes, tower information. You'll see.
Let me say this. When it becomes his turn, he better put QUETTE up on that stand. He better explain the significance of AutoZone and Pressure World. He needs to make that shit make sense. If not, whoever paid him need to get their money back. Cause he ain't done nothing. Nothing. But drop people's names and continue to try to keep a beef going. That's it. That's it. That's all I saw.
A version of the IMEI, they won't give you the actual IMEI then. They kind of do some equation where they change the last two digits so people can't steal the IMEI off the records and create their own kind of own service or their own account. So, but it just gives you a little bit more information. It can tell you, call the voicemail if there's multiple users on one call, if they're doing three-way, things of that nature.
So, right, and he came right back. Manny came right back and asked him, or you know, is there a way that you could tell if they answered the call, if it went to, he just explained that. He just did. He broke it down. He told you, where were you, sir? Where were you? And you went back to Pressure World. And so that's what his appeal is going to be. His appeal is going to be that nobody went and got evidence from Pressure World and AutoZone about the cover for the car. I think Govan got his daughter. I believe so too. But I don't know if it was being a snitch. I don't think it was necessarily being a snitch though, Chelsea. I definitely don't think that it's about him being a snitch. Cause hell, if that's the case, a lot of their families, yeah. I think that it played a part. I think like, I think that a lot of times people, these hits come off as if they are robbery attempts, and they're not robbery attempts. No. Hey Macy, how you doing? Hey Tracy, it's because of whose daughter she. I just think that there was a lot of hits. I think a lot of people's families started getting hit. I think a lot of people's baby mamas, girlfriends, fat sisters, you know, mamas done got hit, aunties done been hit and kidnapped, grandmamas, it got ugly. And I remember when Stupid Duke aunt got kidnapped and dropped off in the liners, he said, y'all breaking the rules, the guidelines. No women, no kids. and both of them started getting hit, females and kids. Baby mamas. And folks started getting kidnapped.
As you can see,
It reached the family members, absolutely.
Cornelius Smith in the green.
So there is no way, I don't care what he said. Just like old boy saying it didn't have anything to do when he was talking about Stan G. It didn't have nothing to do with his daughter. Man, come on. We done seen people get shot at multiple times, and that time 3 of them jumped out on him at Double R. He didn't even report it. People get shot and paralyzed. Not Big Newski, but Paper Route Newski. Did he ever tell them who paralyzed him? No, they come up with they say other stuff. You know, so they typically they don't tell. They don't tell. But what somebody told Wu to do, I'm sure, I don't know this, but I would assume that somebody told, after so many attempts, back to back, somebody suggested that he create a paper trail. Because I remember him saying in that interview that I don't know if he's licensed. He got a license to carry or what have you. So if he has to protect himself, he will sit there a minute and then he'll be out. He will get away with unaliving you. I remember him saying that. Because he created a paper trail. Let's go. Which he should have done.
Essentially, it just kind of shows the way they're like who they're communicating with, and the kind of the flow in chronological order how they're talking. So
yes, in Houston.
Justin Johnson had 7.
Yes, Chelsea in Houston.
Justin Johnson had 4 with Anthony Mims.
And she also did that song with what's that crazy guy name? That crazy name guy. Lil Nas something. And they talked about one of our partners came to Houston and something, he had to go. He had a body on him and he had to go. I think she was talking about Straight Drop.
And then he had Zero.
Yeah, him.
Cornelius. And then
that song that she had, it was talking about Dolph.
With Hernandez Govan, but he had 0 with Justin and 0 with Anthony Mims.
And somebody met her ass in Houston.
And then this is just.
And it looked like it was a robbery.
It just depicts what that is. So at the top you have Justin Johnson's records, and then at the bottom you have Cornelius Smith's records.
And I'm sure if they would have caught, if they would have caught who was shooting at Terrence Baker, they would have said it was an attempted carjacking. You understand? They never gonna make it be about something that they don't have evidence of. They're gonna either say it was robbery or it was attempted carjacking, instead of saying it was an ongoing beef and CMG had a bounty on their head, and Trula Mafia was trying to collect. They ain't gonna ever say that. They gonna call it either attempted carjacking or attempted robbery.
Justin Johnson had 7 communications with Hernandez Govan. On November 4th, he had 1 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 2 with Hernandez.
So I'm sorry. So when did
0
Cornelius
with
come
Justin
in?
Johnson,
Hold
or
on. That's what I've been waiting on. When did Cornelius come in?
Um, and on that hot number list, you see, Bobby Carter has 33 communications, which is about his third caller. And then Devin Burns, is about a sixth caller. And then you have Hernandez Govan with 8 communications, about his 10th caller.
See, his first one is Angela Armstrong.
Correct. And then on this one, we have Anthony Mims hot number list, and again,
August 13th.
filtered for just the 13th. And as you can see here, Govan's number 4. I think that's 4 communications. He's actually 10, maybe 9 callers down, because you can see you have a bunch of unknowns. And then you have number 2 callers, just a list of numbers. That's usually just information getting from the cell phone company and other things, like other traffic, but actual numbers, he's about number 9 or 10. And then on August 13th, at 13:45 hours, we have the 911 call where Terrence Baker's cellular device calls and says that he's at Allendale being shot at and he's hiding. They asked for his name, he refused to give it. He just told them to hurry up, they're coming after him. And then this will be communications with the conspirators that are with Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, and then the other individuals, Anthony Mims, Hernandez Govan, and any variation of their other numbers.
So now we in November. Pause. So, oh Lord. Pause.
Sure about that.
So,
Because I'm going to play a video just now, so I'm going to ask you again.
so November. So all of that Manning was doing at the end wasn't relevant to Cornelius. So his testimony didn't have nothing to do with that. Because up until August, there's been some shootouts and phone conversation that included Juke, STRAIGHTDROP, and Anthony Mims, and the Sears, and but not Cornelius. November, like he said initially. So he don't know what they had going on, but it was already in effect. That's what Cornelius said. Right? That's what he said. So now we are in November.
If you look on this side, Cornelius Smith has 4 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, Justin Johnson's records, and then at the bottom you have Cornelius Smith's records. And so, essentially, Justin Johnson's records, and then again, as you can see, you have Justin Johnson in the yellow, Cornelius Smith in the green, and essentially it just kind of shows the way they're cut, like who they're communicating with.
Starting in November.
In chronological order, how they're talking. So, as you can see, Justin Johnson had 7 with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson had 4 with Anthony Mims, and then he had 0 with Cornelius. And
0.
Cornelius had 20 communications with Hernandez Govan, but he had 0 with Justin and 0 with Anthony Mims.
So, what, again, I'm finna get ready to go, y'all. So, again, he didn't have any communication with Juke until that time. I guess he sent that message on IG, because he never had his number. Okay? He had communication majority with QUETTE. a few with straight drop after, I mean, I think the day of or the day before. Let me play this out.
And then this is just the actual raw record. It just depicts what that is. So at the top you have Justin Johnson's records, and then at the bottom you have Cornelius Smith's records. And again, another report showing that Justin Johnson had 7 communications with Hernandez Govan. On November 4th, he had 1 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 2 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Justin Johnson, or Anthony Mims, and 0 with Justin Johnson.
Yeah, that's when he started communicating with Govan.
And then these are just the, again, you have Justin Johnson's records that you get from the cell phone company, and then you have Cornelius Smith's records that come with the cell phone company. Again,
For November 5th,
it's November 5th, and as you can see, it's harder for me to see, but in the yellow and the green, they're kind of throughout the day, but Justin Johnson has 1 communication with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then he has 1 communication with Cornelius Smith. And then if you look on this side, it's Cornelius Smith has 4 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course 1 with
He was not communicating with Juke.
and then these are those records that represent that. And then this is November 6th. You have Justin Johnson has 0 communications with Govan. He has 2 with Anthony Mims. He has 1 with Cornelius Smith. And then as you see, Cornelius Smith has 4 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then 1 with Justin Johnson.
He was communicating with Govan.
And then as you see, these are just the raw records representing those individual calls. Again, November 12th, you have 0 communications with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson has 0 communication. He has 3 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius has 5 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius Smith. And again, these are just the raw records that represent that report.
So, yeah.
And then November 15th, 2021, you have Justin Johnson has 0 communication with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 communication with Anthony Mims. But he has 14 communications with Cornelius Smith. And then on Cornelius Smith, he has 2 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims. And then, of course, he has 14 communications with Justin Johnson. And then raw data. This is just the raw data. And then November 17th, obviously, is the day of the homicide. So if we look at the hot number list on the day of the homicide, Cornelius Smith hot number list has 12 communications with Justin Johnson. It's about his fourth top caller. He has 11 with Hernandez Govan, and then he has 8 with Angela Arnold. And then if you look at Justin Johnson's, it's harder for me to read that, to be honest, because it's a little far, if you don't mind me.
put my glasses on.
Yeah, because I can't see that far, I guess, through the glass. So on the 17th, Justin Johnson has 15 communications with Govan. It's like his third down if you remove the voicemail. And then you have 12 with Cornelius Smith. You have 11 with Angela Arnold. And then on down, he has 3 with Hernandez Govan. And only 1 communication over here on the right with Anthony MEMPHIS. So that's just further down the list.
Can you repeat it?
Yeah. Okay. So this is just going to be a call log, essentially taken from cellular or from Cornelius Smith's cellular device, and it's showing that he's communicating with Justin Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get down. It's too tight. It's an incoming call, and then as you can see, he's got his contact listed as Little Bruh Drop. Interesting. This is an incoming call just prior to the murder, and as you can see, when you look at their raw records, both of their call detail records show their cellular devices on a cellular tower at 1731 Cherokee Boulevard, and they both have the same tower azimuth, which is just essentially a direction on the tower of like a sector. So it would be like a compass. So 290 would be like, you have cones. And so they're both pointing on the same sector of the same tower, which is approximately 3.9 miles away from 1766 Wild Rose Street, which is where Cornelius lived. And then this is surveillance video of the homicide.
Okay, y'all, I'll be back.
Johnson.
Gotta go. Yeah, he failed today. He got a big old F for me.
Justin will be on the left and Cornelius is on the right.
Peace out.